football.
Oh, beautiful day.
Back in town, good weather.
Earlier in the day, and we need a cameraman too, by the way. Earlier in the day, MacLeod won the C-grade match over Thomastown Laylaw Stars, and the B-grade match, a great finish there. Diamond Creek in front in that last quarter at one stage, but Greensborough got up, won the match. There is the siren. We're underway as we set our stopwatches for this Prelim final. And umpire, which one is it? Woodhead has the ball, will get us underway. Puts it down the middle. Porter to do the ruck work against Pretty. Pretty probably got a hand on it. Second tap works it forward. Come out towards Blake. Left it behind. Milligan Jr. is it? Wrapped up high. Didn't like the attention. He wants to be careful he doesn't give it away early or give it back. In fact, who is that? Curto on that half-back line for MacLeod. They work it up towards half-forward. Rosell comes out to meet it. Can't control it. Breeding there in support. Allows his teammate to come through and pick it up. Looks like Maker put out a handball wide. Another handball back inboard for Edwards, but he's got a teammate that cut that one off. Turns around. They drive it to half-forward. Kicking to the Whittlesea end is a Reservoir.
Push.
And against Mickey Noble there, pushing his opponent. Free kick to go to MacLeod at half-back.
Yes, MacLeod got the ball in the half-back line. It's Blake. He goes short. He's found, is that Lynch? Looks like Lynch. Looks like the number 44 goes long up the centre. He's got the lead on, and the lead's from Rousel. And he's fair way from the half-forward line. He's up towards the centre of the ground, outer side of the ground. He goes long. He's looking there for Broccoli. Broccoli outstretched. Moody right on his hammer. But he does well, Broccoli, at ground level to pick it up there and have a flying shot for goal. But it's to the right-hand side of the behind post. It'll go out of bounds, and we'll see a throw-in. Winner to take on Laylaw next week, Tony.
Right.
And it'll be a exciting clash, that big grand final in second division.
Get him off the line.
Throw-in will take place. 10 metres around. Broccoli versus Pretty. They wrestle. Ball goes out. Maker it wasn't Maker. It was Taylor trying to get out, but the handball came out that time to Rosell. Rosell kick was smothered that time by the Reservoir player in Breeding, but there's a throw-on play, and it's going to go against MacLeod. It's going to go back down. It's going to go to Breeding.
They've pulled a change already. Blake's come straight off the ground for MacLeod and straight to the box. We've been only going for a couple of minutes, and the ball at half back just makes its way back there. Breeding had an excellent game last week, Mark, for Reservoir.
Yeah, he's got plenty of pace, hasn't he? He's found his way back into the Reservoir side through the mid-season.
His kick up towards the half-back line, coming through hard and solid at the ball. Tramontana for MacLeod. It's a half-back line. Reservoir clear it up towards the wing. Mark taken. They turn around, get the ball moving quickly, looking for Kane O'Brien. He's under plenty of pressure. Good defensive work to bring the ball to ground, but they got runners in support. Coming through. Spagurli picks it up, has a look at the goals on the left boot and to the far side.
Certainly needed to be a right footer then, Tony, didn't you?
He did, but just to have that free man running through at pace like that, you've got to wonder who his opponent was. So early in a big important match to have loose players running around. The kick in, well, they're going to play on it from full back. Handball over the top there to Oliver. 1-2, it comes back. They've got themselves in some trouble though. They've just cleared the 50-metre line, MacLeod. A chance there for Ryan. Got a handball forward. It went nowhere in the end. Coming through now, Doyle. Didn't get the run of the ball. He's got Porter in support. Gave it back to Doyle. Doyle on the right boot, sent it to the half forward, looking for Ayres, and Ayres has taken the mark. 60 metres out from goal. Maybe a little further, 70.
Ayres from the half-forward line's got a player in short, and it looks like Rousel, and Rousel's marked. He's inside 50. Be kicking from 45. He's got a player short, looks like Lundberg, but he's a good spoil there was through Breeding. Ball's at ground level. Drew trying to do some heavy work in there. MacLeod working hard under the packs there. Trying to get out there was Mangan, and I dare say there'll be a ball up here.
Look, my only comment is, it's a big important match. You're within inside the arc when you take the mark. I think you go back and take the kick, put every opportunity you can on the board.
Throw-up will take place. Broccoli got it out. Ground level, Williams does well. Got it out there to Breeding. Breeding goes out to the outer side of the ground where he's looking for Moody. Moody punches it back towards the Edwards direction, but getting there's Maker. He's tackled, and it's a good tackle, but it's a little bit too high, and the free kick will go back there to Maker, half-back line. And just telling the umpire was number 24, is it?
Tramontana.
Tell him what about the tackle. He thought it was all right.
Well, it wasn't too bad. It was just a little high. Maker on the left boot. Goes out to the far side. coming forward to meet that. Carpenter, he's a long way from the forward line. Carpenter's at half back. Handball only went to the ground. They dive in over the top. Bit of tunnel ball from MacLeod. Come out towards Lynch. Lynch runs to the 50-metre line. Looks for his left foot. Low and hard.
Shepherd.
Brockley does the shepherding on the goal line. Good work from Aaron Brockley. The opening goal of the match goes to MacLeod. They're 1 straight 6 as the goal umpire gets the all clear. The Reservoir at this stage with only 1 point on the board. It's 4.5 minutes opening term.
So 1 goal to MacLeod, 1 straight 6 to Reservoir, 1 point. The ball's one out of the centre there by Breeding, gets to the half forward line. He's kicking out there towards Kane O'Brien, who's in front on this occasion. He's got to kick around the corner into no man's land, and it's just going to bounce inside the boundary line, and it'll go out of bounds, and we'll see a throw in.
A couple of interesting moves then. You've got Lynch playing well up the ground. You've got Clune, who's a noted sort of goal sneak, I would think. Kuda looks like he's across half-back, maybe just a little bit more experience in that defensive area for MacLeod. Certainly have given away a lot of points to the opposition this year, the MacLeod defence, as the ball's brought back down to the front of the ruck contest. Edwards feeds a handball, not Edwards. Breeding feeds a hand forward to Spaghieri. He's a nice kick looking for McGregor. Good defence though. Got the fist in front of McGregor's chest. Brought the ball to ground, MacLeod. Ran it to the boundary line. Be thrown in 40 metres around from the Reservoir line. They're 1 point. MacLeod are 6. 6 minutes in.
Oliver, the big job today on McGregor. Ball's thrown in. Scott just out pushed his opponent, got that about to Edwards, couldn't control it. Ball spills out. Breeding work hard under the pack there. No one can get it out. And
I think he's found a kick.
He's found a kick. It's going to go to Reservoir, and it looks like it's going to go to Breeding. Done well on that occasion, Breeding.
I think he indicated the kicking in danger there from the side. And Dale Breeding looking for Reservoir's first goal. He's on the 50-metre line at the moment. Man on the mark at the 40-metre mark. 45-degree angle. Kicking to the club room's end here at Whittlesea. Ball on the way. It's going to come up short. Big pack of players in the goal square. Fist there from MacLeod. All coming through. Moody looking for the loose ball at the front of the pack. Just wasn't there for him. And Reservoir get their second behind. 2 points. Trailing MacLeod's 1 straight goal. 6. It's Brockley at full forward, Mangan at centre-half forward for MacLeod, Noble at centre-half forward for Reservoirs. They bring the ball in from full-back. That's a good kick. Spotted up Reamers at half-back. He's taken the mark. Asked to play on, had to get it under O'Brien's hands there. And another good pass. Is that Kane Shaw, is it?
Yep.
Across the half-back line.
Kane Shaw just telling his players to push across. He goes long with a drop punt up the wing position. He's looking for Mangan, who's got a bit of space on his opponent, and with his left foot goes long. That's a good kick into the direction of Brockley. Had his hands on the ball, but he does well. Traps it. Now kicks an up and under kick. It's all Reservoir though. They'll raffle it here, but Lumberg does well to tap the ball down and picks it up and puts through number 2 for MacLeod. 2 straight goals. They are 12 points to Reservoir. 2 straight points too.
With umpire Woodhead, he puts it down. Porter and pretty up high, but Porter was one to move it forward for MacLeod. Now they've got up to the centre forward. It was off the ground to Rossell. He was quick to get rid of it. The kick was only 5 or 6 metres, so he wasn't waiting for a decision from the umpire. Out towards Brockley. He's a couple of metres in on the boundary line. 40 from goals. Just a centering kick, but all Reservoir back there. And the mark taken by Williams across the back pocket region for Reservoir.
Williams back pocket. Comes to the commentary side of the ground with a drop punt out to the wing position. He's looking for Moody. Moody had it punched away from him, but the punch was a little bit too high. And it'll be against Coxon, and it'll go back there to wasn't Moody, it was Taylor ended up sharking that away. Good move there by Taylor. He was kicking up towards Noble. Was punched away. Looks like Clunes has got the job on Noble, is it?
Could be.
And it'll go out of bounds, and we'll see a throw in. 2 straight, MacLeod, 12 points to Reservoir, 2 straight behind 2 points.
I'll tell you, if that was a date, that would be a good match, wouldn't it? Noble and Clune. It's a ball thrown in at the half-forward line, just forward to centre wing, backing into a Porter over the top. Ryan, it come down to the arms there of Nankervis to move it forward, just over centre wing, coming through Drew, pretty solid, has the ball in front. He's got assistance from Edwards, great tackle, ball dispossessed, a little bit of tunnel ball at the back for Reservoir. Didn't actually help him because Rossell picked it up. He gave it to Porter. Porter goes to half-forward, a bit astray with the direction on this occasion. Williams had plenty of space, almost ran it over the boundary line, tried looking for Taylor. Doyle's a nice little turn, got it there across to Wilson. Wilson tackled for MacLeod. He loses the ball. Good desperate stuff from both sides here at MacLeod's half-forward line. Clearing kick from Pretty, goes towards the half-forward. Moody up, he's taken a mark. A good, terrific mark from Moody. And he's hurt himself as he's come down, but the effort was terrific. And he's still on his haunches there. He's going to get up and take his kick. Well,
What a
I thought
beauty.
it was going to be a free kick for a moment, but he managed to get the ball in the hands and hold on to it. So now he moves it forward, looking for McGregor a little bit too long, and the mark has been paid for Oliver, who judged that quite well in the end. He's in the back pocket for MacLeod.
Oliver just weighing up his options. Now he decides to go across goal to the outer side of the ground. He's looking out there. That time for Clunes, and he was up high and took the mark from behind the pack. Still inside the arc. Mark right on the arc, outer side of the ground. Now he decides to transfer play to the wing position, looking for Coxon. Coxon in front, bit strong for Spagul on that occasion, and he's marked centre wing. Goes long, drop punt. Looking up there for Mangan. Up high there was Rousel. At ground level, Wilson does well. Got it back to handball, back to Ayres, whose kick was smothered by Drew. Picked up there by Breeding. Kick out of the pack was quick, but only found Porter. Centre wing, outer side of the ground, underneath the scoreboard.
Which has MacLeod 2 straight goals, 12, and Reservoir 2 points. Porter gives it off to Clune. Clune hugs that boundary line on the far side. Wasn't the best kick, didn't find its target. The fence Grindle comes through, works it over the line. It'll be thrown at the half forward for MacLeod, and a good crowd built up here on Father's Day, Mark.
Yes.
Paved in sunshine, the Whittlesea ground. Beautiful condition. A little bit of grass on it. Be light rough if you're playing golf. Ball coming back in. Mangan to do the ruck work. Pretty grab front spot. Mangan did well, but it's in the arms of Reservoir. Oh. Mangan has stolen it. Stolen it off the boot. Has a look at the goals on the left boot. Broccoli too high for him, and through to the near side for a minor score. MacLeod's first point. They're 2-1, 13. Reservoir 2 straight goals, and a brilliant steal from Mangan.
Reservoir's 2 straight points, that's correct, Amanda. Drew, fullback, designated kicker, decides to go to the other side of the ground underneath the scoreboard. Oh, the big shove came from, looks like Scott, and it's going to go to Rousel, and Rousel will take the kick. Nearly on the point of the square as he goes long with a drop punt. He's looking up there for Ayres. Ayres had his hands to it, couldn't control it. Worked well there by Lundberg with the handball out, but it's picked up there by Giletti, and he will kick it out, and it'll go out of bounds. Right underneath the solid crowd over there, Toppy. Yeah,
the MacLeod crowd over there, I think it was. They started building up in the earlier match today, the C-grade match, and the really numbers over there now. So the ball comes in, Mangan sat down, let Broccoli do the ruck work. Well, maybe and grabbed Doyle without it. They go out to Edwards on the half-back line for Reservoir. A little clever handball over the top to Maker. Runs a bit of turn of pace, gets on his left boot up towards half forward. O'Brien, a brilliant knockback into the corridor. Moody in support, got it to Carpenter. Outside 50 on the left boot. Long looking for McGregor, but Oliver just got the sit on him, takes a mark and hits the ground running, takes a bounce off the half-back. He's really got nowhere to go forward though. Long, Doyle gets across into position, under plenty of pressure. Doyle coming up with the numbers. Reservoir, quick kick was from McGrath back into the middle of the park, finds Edwards. Edwards goes sideways, finds Ryan, and Ryan is in the centre circle.
He decides to get around his opponent with a man on the mark, but he's tackled, so he's got to give the handball off, but it wasn't a handball. The umpire said he dropped the ball, and the free kick's going to go back there to Beaver. Beaver from the centre of the ground goes out wide. He's looking out there for Wilson, and Wilson got 2 hands to the ball. Just couldn't control the mark, but he does well. Has to get back on his left foot. Does he? It doesn't, but he falls over at the crucial stage. Now they lose possession, and Reservoir go out to the wing out to the wing where they've found Scotty Ryan. Scotty Ryan transfers the ball into the centre towards Carpenter. He's got a player loose. It's Moody, and he's marked across half forward.
Moody at half forward, just outside the 50. McGregor went on the lead, went back. Oh, he's played on, kicked it in the arms of Kane Shaw. It's bounced right up into the sky. Come down to Doyle. He's at centre half back on the back of the square. Good little turn of pace. Puts it out wide. Again, they're looking for Wilson. They're really looking to use Wilson on that far flank. Numbers with Reservoir. Come up the football. Long way backwards with the handball to Collins. Collins has got plenty of time though. One way then the other. Spots up Pretty at half back. Pretty turns with the ball. Another short one just up towards centre wing. Moody takes the mark. He'll go back and have a look.
So Moody just slowing things up. Ball started travelling freely just a couple of minutes ago. Now they've slowed things up. They go out wide, and they've found Breeding. Breeding half forward. He's got a player who's drifted up the ground, which is Grindle, but coming out there, and a quick kick out of the fence there for MacLeod. Only finds Spagula. Spagula's pushed off the ball. Reimers is in there. He dives on top, stacks on the mill, and we'll see a ball up take place inside the arc. Now the umpire's picked out a free kick, and it looks like it's going to go back there to Reimers.
Going to be a free kick to Reimers. They fell into his back. He's at half back for MacLeod. They're 2-1, 13 to Reservoir's 2 points. We ticked up nearly 15 minutes in the opening term. Beaver comes through, left the footy behind, looked for the free kick, wasn't coming. Spaghetti moves it forward to O'Brien, has the ball knocked away. The defence for MacLeod working hard. Ball at half forward. O'Brien dives in over the top, forces it out. It only goes to Nankervis. Nankervis gets the ball up to the wing. Oh, the bounce was kind for Ayres. May have been held onto when he didn't have the ball. Ayres is still fighting hard, pushes out to Doyle. 4 against 2. The numbers are with Reservoir. Eventually they win out. Drew gets it to Moody. Moody at centre half forward. Has a look. A little one over the top. Saw the free player there in Breeding. Breeding has marked 45 out directly in front, kicking to the club rooms end here at Whittlesea.
Certainly Breeding's had a few touches early in the game. He's continuing on from last week.
He picked up the Auto Direct trophy last week, Dale Breeding. There's the ball to the square. It's going to come up short. Pack of players there and off hands, a bit of volleyball. Comes out there. The defence just running away from the goal square, looking for the sanctuary of the boundary. They found it, and it'll be thrown in at half forward for Reservoir.
So what have we got? 2 straight points, Reservoir, 2-3 at MacLeod, 13 points. Boundary thrown will take place. It'll be Porter to do the ruck work against Ryan. Porter got it out, went down, trying to grab it out there was Breeding, and a kick on goal was to the right-hand side of the goal post. It'll only go through for a minor score. So that takes Reservoir. They're peppering away. 3 straight points, 3. And MacLeod 2-3-13.
2-1-13. The scoreboard's well ahead of itself already. Short from fullback, Doyle, and he takes it in the back pocket. And the Reservoir runner effectively looking as an extra man forward there, standing around on centre wing at the moment. So the ball, it heads in that general direction. Up in front, Shaw brought it down to ground. Nankervis at ground level, doesn't get a clean handball away. Second chance for Nankervis, squeezes it over the top of a wall of Reservoir players, but Edwards was back there first for the 2 Blues. Handball out wide, looking for Drew. He's under plenty of pressure from Mangan. Mangan gets Drew out of the contest. If he can keep this in the field of play, have a bit of time. Did reasonably well. And a line ball decision went against the player. I don't think it would have mattered if he hadn't have blown his whistle. They would have got it. Would have been an either way decision.
You know the best thing about that bit of
play? I love you 2 up in the box.
The best thing about that bit of play, Toppy, is Mangan kept his feet. The other boy,
that's right, yeah.
Was unreal. That's his experience. Ball thrown in. No one really got the tap out. Drew just overrun there by Beaver, and Drew's getting up with a sore head, as you would after a hangover.
Well, Beaver attacking the ball, Drew sort of fell into the path of it.
Yep. He's in plenty of trouble anyway.
Yes, it's and he was one of their better last week. Drew did particularly well, and well, they're going to take Beaver straight from the ground. MacLeod, he must be due to rotate out for a break as they bring Blake back on, but Drew still very sore and sorry there on the ground. So we're at the 17, nearly 18 minute mark of this, the first term. Drew being attended to by the trainers there, and it's MacLeod 2 goals, 1-13, leading Reservoir 2 behinds, and it is a goal each to Lumberg and Lynch at this stage for MacLeod. Drew up on his feet, looks like he is going to take some attention, go to the boundary line.
Oh, he's going off.
Yes, and is that the MacLeod runner out there helping him off too, so that's good to see. No, it's not the MacLeod runner, but they're dressed the same shorts, same top, same hat, so they'll be testing all day. And Galletti will take the kick for Reservoir at the half-back line. So play set to resume. Drew just crosses the boundary line now, and we'll seek some attention as Galletti goes in short. Moody comes a long way forward, and it's good to see Moody getting into the play early this week. That's a bonus for Reservoir. Looks in towards centre half forward. That's the general area. Shaw and his opponent there, Netta. Netta goes to ground, picked up the loose ball by Carpenter. He has a quick kick around the corner, and he has steered through Reservoir's first goal. Johnny Carpenter, the experienced of John Carpenter, and it is Reservoir 1-8, trailing MacLeod at 2-1-13. Be hard for him over there, would you?
I don't know.
It's only 20 minutes in the first quarter and the scoreboard's all over the place.
Could be the same bloke at MacLeod.
At Laylaw last week.
Yeah.
In the centre for the ruck contest. There's the ball squeezed out. But it's all MacLeod back there. Clune picks it up, throws on the left boot. Doyle's going to have to work hard here over centre wing for MacLeod. Picked it up nicely, but he's sitting off him, Spaghetti. Spaghetti, though, doesn't hold his feet. Allowed Doyle to get up. Lumberg runs into trouble. Fell out to Nankervis. And it'll come back. It'll come back to Lumberg. He'll take the kick just short of half forward for MacLeod. And thought the advantage might have kept going there, but the forwards all stopped. And Lumberg will take the kick. Brought into the side this week for their skipper, Watts, who is out injured. Lumberg short to the 50-metre line. Joel Blake, who's just come onto the ground.
Blake, mark right on the 50-metre. will go short, and the lead, no, he's going to come back. It's a free kick. Oh, the blood rule looks like it's going to be against Maker.
I wouldn't want him off the ground too long, would you, Sean Maker? It's been terrific for him in the finals, and is it 24? It is. And we've already got Drew off the ground as well at the moment. Kane O'Brien pushing down into defence there, following his player through.
So Blake will take the kick. He's got the pass, and the pass is good. It was looking for Lynch. Ball's at ground level now. Broccoli, twist and turn. Got the handball back to Lynch. And Lynch, the opportunist, has slotted through his second. But more importantly, he slotted through MacLeod's third. 3 goals.
One.
We get 3 goals. 1 will be 19 points to 2 goals, 3-9.
We're back to the centre, umpire Woodhead to put it down. Porter and changing the ruck, and Neto doing the ruck work. Good contest too, and pretty in there as a rucker over at the moment. Comes up with the ball, can't break clear. Oh, the umpire said it's a high tackle, and dropping the ball will be a 25-metre penalty. Well, there you go. You get a free kick against you, drop the ball, 25 metres. That'll put the opportunity to put the ball right down to the full forward line. They're looking for McGregor, the defence. Fist up in the air, bring the ball down the ground. Kane O'Brien forces the ball forward. Breeding, sockers off the ground. Post. It's just hit the post and finishes up as a behind to Reservoir. They'll go to 1 goal, 4-10 Reservoir. MacLeod 3-1-19. That's 22 minutes in the opening term.
Okay, Reservoir will go out looking out there for Blake, but the ball's got a little bit too much carry on it, and Spagula will take the mark, and the short kick will come in looking for McGregor. He's got the pace, he traps it, feeds a handball back to Moody. He's tackled. Good strong tackle there that time by, it looks like, was it Oliver? We'll say it was Oliver. Throw up will take place. Doing the ruck work there was Porter. No one really got out there. Rumours, little kick out towards the boundary line, searching for it, but picking up the ball is Breeding. He decides to center it up, and it's a beautiful kick at the top of the 10-metre square. And on the lead, it was McGregor, and McGregor will have no problems with this. He'll slot through the Reservoir goal.
And McGregor kicked 8 last week, kicked 8 the week before. And certainly does lead straight out of the square up the corridor, doesn't he? His main role comes in on the left boot to the Whittlesea room end here at the Whittlesea Showgrounds. Steers it through for Reservoir's second goal. They go to 2 goals, 4-16 Reservoir. MacLeod 3-1-19.
The centre once again. 2-4 to 3-1 in favour of MacLeod. Umpire will set to put the ball in motion once again. Straight as a die, up as a bounce. It was won there by Porter. Went back to Broccoli, who gave it over to his teammate once again, who drove it forward. That's a good kick down to the forward line, but getting back is Drew. And Drew coming off the heavy knock and back on the ground will take the kick or the mark.
There's a terrific mark as he sends it up towards the half-back line. Porter, one grab, 2, not enough. Oh, dragged out of it, Maligan Jr. Taylor comes up with it for Reservoir. Gets a handball off to Breeding, covering a lot of ground. Dragged off to kick, works up towards Noble. Noble runs into Broccoli, throws it over his shoulder. Broccoli take it away to Doyle by hands, to Clune by hands. Clune goes down the corridor looking for Ayres. He's in front, brings the ball to ground. Taylor there, Ayres and Taylor dive at the footy. Drew comes up with it. He drops it in the tackle. Mangan through his legs. Broccoli at the back. He's had a good game. Broccoli picks up over the top of the handball for Blake. Blake's got to get onto his left boot, doesn't want to, gives it to Ayres. Ayres going to kick around the corner. Collins Shepherd blocked it, bouncing ball towards the MacLeod goal line. Edwards gets in there, loses the ball, desperate defence, clearing kick out of the half back line. First there will be Lynch though for MacLeod. He's got plenty of time, looks for his left boot, gets around Williams with some assistance, lines up the goals, ball on the way, Lumberg in the goal line, juggled it off hands onto the post, and a minor score for MacLeod. Could have maybe left that one, Lumberg, but we'll never know. 3-2-20 is MacLeod, 2-4-16 Reservoir.
So Drew, after coming off the heavy knock, has got Spagula. He goes short. On his hammer there is Tommy Malikan Jr. Ball spills out. Lumberg doing the shepherding for Tommy Malikan as he goes short, and Doyle just skimmed it off the...
Just the 15 metres?
Yep, just the 15, and just lucky to make it for sure.
Just the distance and just off the ground. Good work from Lumberg to put the shepherd on there to allow Malikan Jr. to pick that up.
The second effort was good.
So very good, and the rotating Broccoli's come up to around the centre half forward area. So you've got 2 tours across half forward, Mangan and Broccoli, and the other 2 tours in Russell and Ayres working off the full forward line. Then you've got Lynch across half forward as well.
As he comes in, Doyle, he's going to push it to the left-hand side of the goal post. That's going to be a minor score, so that'll be 3-3-21. MacLeod 2-4-16. MacLeod lead by 5 points in this first term.
And that is the first terms at around the 26-minute mark as the kicking comes out. Milligan Jr. in front, and he's going to get the free kick, is he? So he indicated a push in the back. I thought it might have been a bit high, and he could have even taken the mark, Milligan. Going to go across half forward, centering kick. Tramontana does have it. He's in the square. The man over the mark, Edwards, has come forward a little bit. The umpire asks Tramontana to play on. Poor kick. Chopped off there across the half-back line. Is that Maker back on the ground? On his left boot. Goes out wide to the wing. Moody the target. Moody takes a strong mark. It's defensive side centre wing for Reservoir.
Decides to play on. He transfers play across the centre, looking for a netter. A netter a bit tall on that occasion, has taken the mark. Attacking side of the centre circle. He goes long up there to McGregor. McGregor quick with the hands, but didn't hit the target, so he does the second effort's good. He's on his left foot. He's going to have a shot. This is going to run straight in the open goal, and it's going to bounce through. And McGregor has slotted through his second goal, and that'll take Reservoir 3-3-22, 3-4-22 to MacLeod, 3-3-21.
Through the bounce on this occasion. Steps forward. And it's going to be Porter. It's going to favour Porter. Kane O'Brien gets knocked down for Reservoir. Blake had it, turned straight into trouble, wrapped up by Scotty Ryan. And umpire Groves gets across it and will throw it back up. So 1 point lead to Reservoir. MacLeod with the early advantage, but Reservoir worked their way back into the game. Porter got a good fist onto that one. Brockley a chance, or couldn't pick it. He had it spent before he got it. Maker, break out of the tackle, sends the ball down the half-forward line. Carpenter worked his way to the front. Couldn't take the mark. Good work from Nankervis. May have taken a little clip across the head there, and we'll come up with a free kick, not Nankervis. It is Nathan White at half-back for MacLeod.
White from half-back goes towards the centre of the ground where he's got a player loose, which is Tramontana. He's on the defensive side of the centre circle. He goes long with a lovely drop punt. He's looking out there that time for the
Russell.
Big fellow was Russell. Russell didn't take the mark, but he's got the free kick. He's going to be outside 50, and he will have to pass this off because it's probably a little bit too far for him, Toppy.
Yeah, the length is certainly outside the 50. The man on the mark's at 51, so it's going to be a decent old roost here if he's going to get it to the goal line. He's going to give it a go, though. Drop punt, high ball, going right to the line and just off and to the near side through for a behind. Plenty of distance. I guess if it was a straight kick, he wouldn't have made it, Mark, but it has tied the scores up at 3-4-22 apiece. Approaching quarter time, 29 minutes ticked over in this opening quarter. And to bring the ball back in will be Drew, who has recovered from that heavy knock earlier in the quarter.
So Drew just weighs up his options. Will he go straight up the middle? Goes to the outer side of the ground. He's looking out there for a netter. A netter has his pace, but Brockley comes in there to knock it away. It's picked up there, looks like by Lundberg. He went up towards the teeth of goal. The handball came out to Blake, and on the siren, Blake has snapped the goal, and the umpire says no problems about that. Was it a goal?
It is.
It certainly was a goal. I thought it was... no, it is a goal. And the scores will read now. MacLeod will take the lead. 4-4-28 at quarter time to Reservoir 3-4-22.
And that goal right on the quarter time from Blake just got boot the ball as the siren sounded. So it was good work too in that goal square, getting a couple of quick handballs around there to find the free player. And at quarter time, MacLeod goal kickers, 2 to Nick Lynch and 1 to Joel Blake and Jason Lundberg. 4 Reservoir, 2 to their skipper McGregor and 1 to Johnny Carpenter. And where was the other one there? That is it, 3 goals. So Reservoir 3-4-22 at quarter time. Like come off the ground there and we're just about set to get underway here for the second quarter. Umpire Woodhead picks the ball up. Their large crowd has made its way back off the ground. And Woodhead has a look around to make sure that everything is in order. Hold the ball aloft. We're underway for the second quarter. As soon as the ball hits the ground here, we'll have our stopwatches running. And Woodhead puts the ball down now. Nice bounce. Gives both ruckmen a good run at it. Pretty got a hand onto it. Blake had it go through his legs. Socket forward, Reservoir up towards Kane O'Brien. Oh, just ridden into the ground. Poor play there from Reamers, and O'Brien will take the free kick at half forward for Reservoir.
Goes long with a kick up there to McGregor. In front is McGregor. Had his hands on it. Ball at ground level now. Picked up there by Pretty. He'll have the first shot for goal in this quarter. And has he made it a major? He certainly has, as the goal umpire puts his two fingers up. And it'll take Reservoir on to 4 goals, 4-28. That'll tie things up here to 4-4-28. MacLeod forward to create another big man opportunity down there, I'd say.
Has a ball back to the centre. Pretty set to do battle again with Porter. Ball down. Another nice bounce for both rucks to go at. Pretty works it forward for Reservoir. Got support there from Noble, but MacLeod come up with a footy. Quick kick out of the pack from Malikan forward. It's Reservoir across the half-back line, working hard. Galletti comes up with the footy. Thinks about the handball over the top. Didn't do it the first time. The second one, he does put it over the top. Aneta under pressure. Got the handball away, but turned over. MacLeod work it towards half forward. Doyle gets a handball on. Into the centre half forward region. Mangan, good work. Got it stolen away from Williams. Back to Doyle. Over the top to Lynch. He'll run into an open goal. He could give it to Ayres. Oh, he's pushed the kick quickly. And he had the opportunity to straighten up Nick Lynch. And has recorded a minor score for MacLeod. So it was a point for MacLeod. And they are 4-5-29 to Reservoir's 4-4-28. As Drew to bring the ball back into play.
Comes out with a long drop punt. Looking up there for Taylor. Ball spills over the top there. Chances time for Spagula. He can't control it, but Lynch comes in. He has to get onto his left foot, which he does. He transfers to centre forward. Broccoli all on his loan. Oh, he had Lundberg coming over the top, but Lundberg pulled out the last minute and left Broccoli to mark at centre forward.
Well, he's going to kick from around 50 out. He's pretty well directly in front. Pretty's done well. The big Reservoir ruckman's worked his way back to the goal line where it was just Ayres and his opponent Drew. And Taylor and Grindle, all from Reservoir, join him on that goal line. So Broccoli kicks from 51, ball on the way. It's a nice long kick right to the edge of the line. Well, looked like Mangan got up the highest and got his hands onto it again. Could have maybe let it go. Reservoir forced it out to the half back line. Bit of tunnel ball from Blake, but he's given it straight up to Pretty. Pretty dragged off the kick and will find the boundary line maybe. No, it hasn't crossed the line yet. Oh, don't know about that one. And we're going to have it thrown in. Great work from Doyle to tap it back into play, or was it Lynch? Might have been Doyle. Had players in support too, but the boundary umpire said, well, I'll take it and throw it back into play.
Throw will take place. Broccoli got it out there, looking for Doyle, working his way and pushing it forward. There was Edwards, but only found Lynch for MacLeod. Up and under kick there, inside the square. Contest was the free kick goes for MacLeod. Play on's a call as Tommy Malikan Jr. goes forward with a kick there, but it's all Reservoir. Getting back there's Grindle. Stands, has to get around. Now he feeds the handball over the top there. Finds Drew. Drew running out of the back line. Goes long with a drop punt down to the wing position. Lundberg's got the sit there. Had his hands on it. Breeding came out with it. Couldn't control it. Ball still at ground level. They're working hard, the boys, under the ground there. The handball came out there to Doyle. Doyle's got to offload it once again, but only falls in the arms of Collins. Collins goes out wide. Bit of composure out to the boards of boundary line, and Carpenter will try and keep it in. It'll go out of bounds, and we'll see a throw in. 4-5. MacLeod 29 points to Reservoir 4-4-28.
And that is 4 minutes into the second term. This Division 2 A-grade Premier League final. Played at the Whittlesea Showgrounds. Noble and Porter to do the ruck work. Noble comes in over the top of Porter, worked it down. Reservoir an opportunity now. Got the run of the ball, just need control of the ball. Going to ground there, Edwards feeds it backwards. They work it out to Maker. Maker, as always, looks for his left boot. Gets it forward. McGregor works himself underneath the ball. Good pressure from Oliver. At the back, though, Carpenter picks up the loose ball. And Reservoir have found another goal to dribble through. This one to Carpenter, an early one to McGregor, and they go to 5-4-34, leading MacLeod 4-5-29.
Okay, we're back in the centre once again. Reservoir have opened up a 5-point lead in this second term preliminary final as it's won there by Pretty. Ball spills out, working well. There was Edwards. The handball came over the top, found Maker. He tries to crash his way through the pack. Now a chance here for the defence, and this is through Reimers. Got a kick, a hurried one up there towards our forward line. Lundberg pushed his opponent off the contest, but he does well. Has to back. Now he decides to kick it and offload it, and he got one after he kicked the ball, and the free kick will be transferred down, and it'll go to Russell, and he'll be kicking from 45 metres out, directly in front at the Whittlesea Showground.
It took a little bit of a sandwich there, didn't he, once he cleared the ball? He had Edwards come in from the front and another player from behind, and they really didn't slow up their momentum too much after Lundberg had cleared the ball.
No trouble with the distance this time, mate.
Russell, well, he looks like a good horse with all that bandages on. He's put that a mile high. We don't need any rain, thanks very much. It's like a pitching wedge, and it is being marked. Well, they all flew over the top of him. Sean Ayres, you don't see him leave the ground from too much. He didn't have to. They all missed it, and Ayres was standing in the square, has taken the mark pretty well uncontested in the end. And we'll go back, line up directly in front, a couple of metres out from MacLeod, and we'll give MacLeod the lead in this preliminary final as they kick the goal. Sean Ayres and MacLeod take a 1 point lead. Seesawing lead here, MacLeod 5-5-35, Reservoir 5-4-34. And umpire Groves with the footy to get us started. Just not quite happy, so he restarts. Put the ball down and it'll be Porter. That one's going to favour a Netter. Netter worked it forward, but Blake took it out of the air from MacLeod. Oh, he threw it out of the contest. Then a big fist on the ball from Pretty. Worked it towards O'Brien. O'Brien goes to ground. They dive in over the top. The umpire will have to come through and throw the ball up. And a little bit behind the umpire there between Noble and Blake that he's having a little bit of a look at. Groves slightly forward to centre. Will throw it up. Reservoir kicking to the Homecrafts Pavilion end here at Whittlesea.
Porter got a good tap out there, hit Blake on the chest. Blake dummies the handball. Now he feeds it out there, that time to Clunes. He can't control it. Just took his eye off the ball there at the crucial stage. Now a chance for Breeding, who feeds it over the top there to Moody. He went back that time to Maker. Maker from centre wing stands, delivers up the forward line. McGregor on the lead. Got on the bounce, but the defence stands firm this time. They bring it out with a lovely kick out towards the wing position. But judging the mark there was Taylor on the wing position for Reservoir.
Taylor sends it back down to half forward. I want to get a comment in here about Blake not wanting to use his left boot. I'll say it there. McGregor swings it around the corner, gets it down in the forward pocket for Carpenter. Hot on his heels there, making him earn it is White, and they go over the boundary line. And they wouldn't be in this mess, I wouldn't think, MacLeod, if Blake had to boot the ball, Cooter.
Yes, they lost position across that centre, and that's when they went forward.
Handball into a man behind. I teach at basic under 13s, don't handball to a man coming from behind. There's a ball at half forward. Oh, good work, Maker. Had it, lost it. MacLeod got enough arms on him just to dispossess him of the ball. And again, it looks like Maker possibly in there at the ground level with the footy. Will come up with it and hand it back to umpire Groves.
Certainly.
Centre half forward region for Reservoir. They're kicking to the country end and they are trailing by a point.
Throw up will take place. Good tap out that time. Heat Edwards, he tried to push it forward. Now he decides to sock it off the ground. Now it's man on man as Kane O'Brien reads it well. And he got one a little bit too high. It's a soft free kick, but it was there. And we will have to pay that. And Kane O'Brien will go back and be 25 metres out, 45-degree angle as we see him line up.
Well, what goes around comes around, but he certainly was slipping and sliding when he got that knock. Kane O'Brien, 45-degree angle, doesn't miss too many. And he's put Reservoir back in front with that goal. And that will be Kane O'Brien's first. And Reservoir, 6 goals for 40. 5-point lead over MacLeod, 5-5-35. Umpire Woodhead to get us back underway. And Netter to do the ruck work against Porter, so the rucks are changing for Reservoir. They swung their forwards around again. MacLeod sent Broccoli down to the goal line, moved Ayres up to centre half forward, and Ayres got a big fist on that ball, worked it up to half forward. Second chance for Ayres. No, he's left it for Mangan. Mangan looking for his left foot. Decided to go with a long handball forward. It's a 20-metre handball. Loose ball, come down to Doyle. He's going to go backwards to Lynch. Lynch has a look at the goals. It gets it moving quickly again offline. Come up short on that occasion. Didn't really kick hard through the ball. And a minor score to MacLeod. They're 5-6-36, Reservoir 6-4-40, and that is 10 minutes into the second term.
Okay, this will be Drew. Drew for Reservoir goes to the outer side of the ground, visitors change room side. He's looking out there that time for Grindle, and the umpires picked out a mark, and it's going to be the mark is going to be paid.
Mellington.
Like who?
Mellington.
Melican, and his kick went to the forward line. Now it's gone back to Melican. He tries to pick it up there, but he's pushed over the line. It'll go out of bounds, and we'll see a throw-in.
It's at the half-forward line from MacLeod, kicking to the Whittlesea Club room end. They're trailing by 4 points as the ball makes its way back into play. And no ruck there, was there? Well, Broccoli got a hand on it. Quick kick forward. The numbers are back there with Reservoir. First across for MacLeod will be Ayres, and he can't hold his feet, goes to ground. Out of bounds, 20 metres around from the MacLeod goal. So probably a good result there for MacLeod in the end to keep the ball forward. Reservoir certainly had numbers back in defence. Taylor will do the ruck work with Broccoli. Taylor works his way to the front. Blake left it behind first time. Second time he went to ground with it. Come up with a loose ball now. Lundberg throws on the left boot. Rossell on the goal line. Couldn't hold the mark. Was possibly over the line anyway. And it's a minor score to MacLeod. 5-7-37. MacLeod trailing Reservoir 6-4-40.
Okay, Drew once again. Having trouble getting out of defence at the moment, Reservoir, as they decide to go straight down the middle this time. He's looking there for Neto. He's got Mangan. Mangan, too experienced on that occasion. Found the front and marked it pretty well. He's just inside the square by about 10 metres as he goes long with the left foot kick. He's looking out there for Russell. Russell had his hands to the ball. The opportunist there in Lynch had a scrubby kick for goal, and it'll go wide. It'll go out of bounds, and we'll see a throw in.
We saw it a bit yesterday with Shane Whitnell with his experience in that Bundoora side. We see it with Mangan in the MacLeod side. Their ability to kick to position over 40, 50 metres is terrific. Mangan put it out in the perfect spot for Russell, just couldn't hold the mark. Ball comes in, Broccoli and Taylor both left it behind. Galletti picks up at ground level, tackled, had to get a handball away. Edwards just ducks under the tackle, took it high from Rossell, squeezed the handball out. Breeding picks it up, had a quiet quarter to date, Breeding. Takes one bounce, two bounces on that far side, runs up towards the wing, just pushed off the kick, comes up short, Carpenter in front, no mark paid. Now a quick kick around the corner, Reservoir up towards Kane O'Brien, stopped and waited for it, allowed the defence to come down and close him out. Now Maker on the left boot, Reservoir puts it in the corridor, McGregor pushes off his opponent and takes a mark 30 metres out directly in front. He's the key to their game.
It was a good kick by McGregor though. Long.
Maker.
Maker, I mean, not McGregor.
He's been very lively on the wing, Maker.
Yep.
He's playing well on one wing, and Lynch maybe on the wing on the City side, playing well on his wing for MacLeod. McGregor directly in front, ball on the way, doesn't miss too many, has kicked his third. 7-4, 46 Reservoir, 5-7, 37 MacLeod. Sorry?
15 minutes in.
Yep. Umpire puts it down the middle. We are 14 and a half minutes in. Mangan into the ruck now. Quick kick forward from Kane Shaw. He's had a quiet second term as well. Up to the half forward line. Cruel bounce for the MacLeod forwards. Come back towards Lynch. Then he couldn't hold on to it cleanly. Soccering tactics. Clearing kick from the Reservoir defence. Galletti forces it to centre wing in front of the timekeeper here at Whittlesea. And we'll have the ball thrown in.
Throw will take place. It'll be pretty to do the ruck work against Kane Shaw. Kane Shaw will come from the back. No, he tries to find the front. He got it out. Didn't hit a player in particular. Working hard there is pretty at ground level. Here's a chance this time. Trying to work his way through was Doyle. Got a quick kick along the ground. Gained about 10-15. Getting back there in defence. There's Collins. Having trouble picking up at the moment. Now, he's got the Shepherd on. Nearly went into bounds. Not paid as... kicked down there by Breeding, and only phones Coxon plus half.
Oh, got to have a laugh. The one he couldn't see properly, he called out of bounds. The one he had a good look at, he let go.
Was it out of bounds?
Yes, Coxon puts up to the half forward line in front. Beaver can't hold on the mark. Williams ridden into the ground, holds it underneath. Are you going to penalise him for not knocking it out? No.
Oh, your colour's coming out already, Tom?
No, well, if he wasn't going to give him the push in the back, which he could have had, then he might as well penalise him for not knocking it out.
I noticed in the record you picked Reservoir.
Oh, high tackle. Spaghetti. Let's put it this way. It was pushing the back.
Spagula, half back line. Just weighing up his options.
Didn't want to give it, so it had to be holding the ball.
As he goes towards the centre of the ground, he's looking for Taylor. Taylor just pushed off the ball there by Melican. He does well at ground level, but they fall over and coming through there. That time to kick the ball there was Melican, but doing some heavy work there that time was Collins. It goes...
Didn't they thump Lundberg?
Starting to really heat up as we see a ball up.
Lundberg thinks he's 6'6" sometimes. He should remember he's 5'10".
It's all right. Throw up will take place. Pretty wins it out. Goes to ground. Here's Maker. dashing. First 10 yards he goes, hammer and tong, and he delivers it to the half-forward line. Carpenter overran the ball, but it's worked out there this time by the number 43 in White. He kicks long up to the half-forward line and getting back across there. It looks like...
Blake.
Is it Blake? Yeah. Blake goes long. He's looking for Russell. Russell got his hands to the ball. He does well to push the ball back there to Ayres. Ayres goes back to Mangan. Mangan on his right foot goes up into the teeth of goal, and getting back there is Broccoli. And Broccoli will mark on the chest, and he will line him up.
Did well, Broccoli, to grab the mark there under plenty of pressure and being pushed around onto the angle.
Certainly make hard work of it, MacLeod, when they go forward.
They've got the tall forwards, but if if the ball doesn't stick at ground level, they're found wanting it a little bit. We've seen Rossell now probably get his hands to 3 or 4, hasn't been able to hold on to him. Broccoli, 45-degree angle. Oh, the umpire went a long way, but that was just for effect. Comes back to the middle and raises 2 hands. Goal to Aaron Broccoli.
Dickie Norman must teach him that, does he?
MacLeod 6-7, 43. Reservoir 7-4, 46. 3-point lead to the 2 Blues.
The centre as things hot up here. That's goal for
in
goal.
the commentary box.
That's one there by Shaw. He got it down to Blake. Blake has to unload it. He tries to give it out there to Nankervis. He can't control it. Pretty lays the tackle. Now it's one there, and trying to push it out there was Maker, but he gets socketed out towards the wing position. Now the race is on. Who'll get there first? Doyle's in front. Will he push it towards the boundary line? He does. He runs it over, and we'll see a ball throw-in take place. 46-43 in favour of Reservoir. They lead MacLeod in the second term.
You've seen the umpires do it all year, except in the B-grade match yesterday. But if you come in and push someone at the shoulder height or above around the neck, you're going to give the kick away. And there's a silly free kick. It allows Reservoir to get the ball down to the half-forward. And then a high tackle, they'll take another free kick. And that's Moody at the 50-metre line. So the tide turning. And Moody will line up. 45-degree angle, 50 out. We'll have to kick from 55.
He's a decent kick, Moody.
They get right back down the goal line. The lead for McGregor. Who's on the goal line? Shaw and Pretty, is it? There's Moody. 3-point lead to Reservoir. Comes towards the 50-metre line. Ball on the way. Oh, it looks like it's got good length, but just to the near side. And will be a minor score for Reservoir. They'll go to 7-5, 47. A 4-point lead over MacLeod. 6-7, 43. And that is half a minute short of time on in the second term. What are you checking, mate?
I'm just seeing how many goals that Moody's got. Okay. This would be White to kick out. Goes out with the left foot. He's looking a spectacular up over the top of Tommy Malikan Jr. He should have been paid in the back, but it's kicked back in there by Netter, and he finds his teammate. And when he turns around, I'll let you know who he is.
DeFeece.
Number 17, which is DeFleece, and he will line up.
2 of the 3 wise men didn't react, mate, so there was nothing wrong out there. The third wise man's gone missing in action, has he?
Yeah, it could have been a free kick there. As DeFleece, 35 metres out directly in front. Can he put another goal on the board for Reservoir as they all pat him on the back, and the goal umpire signals full points. Reservoir 8 goals 5. 8-5 will be 53 points. 10 points up now on MacLeod. 6-7, 43.
And umpire Woodhead to put it back down. Shaw doing the ruck work now, so Porter being spelled. He thought about grabbing that, I think, then thought, well, we better knock it back. They will go backwards with a handball. Shepard Mueller, high up and under, sideways across the half-back line. Lynch comes forward to meet it from the wing and takes it over the line under plenty of pressure from Spaghelia and Pretty. So it's at the half-forward line for Reservoir, heading towards the Home Crafts Pavilion end here of the Whittlesea Showgrounds. And they hold a 10-point lead at present, 8-5, 53 to MacLeod, 6-7, 43 as the ball comes in. Ryan in front, got it down to Moody. Moody breaks the tackle, gets a quick kick forward. McGregor comes forward to meet it. Poor bounce for McGregor. Oliver has it. Handball over the top to Clune. He has to get rid of it quickly. Around the corner, works up to the half-back line. And again, MacLeod take it over the boundary line. In the arms there of Nankervis and be thrown in at half-forward for Reservoir. In your blind spot, mate.
Yeah, mate.
Ball back into play. Good work from Shaw, but Ryan's going to pick it up for Reservoir. Kicks again to the top of the square, looking for McGregor. Out of position on this occasion. Oh, quick tackle from Malik, and the ball come through to McGregor. Oh, his second out of 4 is just a lazy left footer around a corner, and McGregor has steered it through for their 9th goal. Reservoir move on to 9 goals 5-59, leading MacLeod 6-7-43. Back to the centre, Anetta Shaw, the 2 number 2s. Anetta worked at forward, stripped of it. Malikan comes down to Ryan for Reservoir. High kick to the half forward line. They sit underneath it. Over the top might have been Carpenter. Tackled, lost the ball. Opportunity was there. Carpenter picks it up around the corner. Should have been going back possibly to line up the goals. His snap is a minor score. 9-6-60 Reservoir, 6-7-43 MacLeod.
White comes out from full back. He's got Clunes who's found some space. He's all on his own. But he's just slowing things up at the present stage. Now he goes long with a drop punt up to the wing position. He's looking up there for Shaw. Shaw got his hands to it. Ball spills out. And it'll go out of bounds. And we'll see a throw in. Right in front of the coaching staff here for MacLeod. And they look a little bit worried at the moment, Toppy.
Yes, I think they're looking for answers. They're 17 points down coming in towards half-time. Ball on centre wing. And it is a Netter over the top of his head. A Netter, a second opportunity. Oh, couldn't run out of the tackle. Mangan, a nice little hip and shoulder on his opponent, Defeasy. Gave MacLeod the opportunity. Straight through Doyle's legs, though. Ryan, half throw, half handball to Defeasy. Again, they go into that corridor region looking for McGregor. McGregor's got the city here. The ball, a cruel bounce for him. Tackle, no opportunity. He goes to ground with the footy. Coxon and umpire Groves will get across and throw that up at centre half forward for Reservoir.
Seemed to be a little bit slow in defence, MacLeod, to get rid of the ball.
MacLeod, yep.
Yep.
Agree with you. The pressure from Reservoir's good.
Knocked out there by Shaw, or not paid there by the umpire. Thrown out there once again by Shepherd Muller. Found his mate in Clunes. Clunes kick out towards the boundary line. He had no one to kick it to, so he goes out to the safety of the boundary line. And it'll go out of bounds over near the scoreboard where it reads 9-6-60 Reservoir, 6-7-43 MacLeod.
I think they're going to take Lynch off and put Wilson on as the ball's thrown in on that far side. Ryan tried to sock it off the ground forward. Moody's been busy. Couldn't get it away on that occasion. Sure, that's a terrible handball. Didn't get it away. The kick forward straight through White at the back. Oliver mops up. Gives it to Clune. Back over here to White. White's going to have a little bit of space here. Got a short option in Doyle, but he's going to go for the run. Doyle gets across to do the shepherding. Keeps McGregor out of the contest. Now the kick forward and a good kick too. Spots up and finds Nankervis on centre wing for MacLeod. On the timekeeper's side here, in towards centre half forward, looking for Ayres. Oh, drew up early, hands onto the shoulder. The loose ball at the back for a Netter. Can't hold his feet. Seen plenty of that today. Drew goes in there in support. Got it back to Spageria. Spageria across that half back line goes wide, looking for and finding Maker.
Maker across half back decides to get around his opponent.
Oh, hello. What are we going to call here? It's
Shepherd, legal
Shepherd from outside
against
the
Collins.
distance, is it?
Yep, no, it was against Collins.
Against Collins, and he's called the Shepherd. You got the 2 arms out doing the aeroplane thing.
Going back to Beaver. Free kick's going to be to Beaver. Half forward goes long, looking for Broccoli, and Broccoli uncontested that time. Took the easiest of marks and will line up.
Well, he's the only tall forward at the moment taking marks from MacLeod. Aaron Broccoli.
So, big goal needed here. Leading up to half-time, Broccoli would be 35 metres out, and he's on a 45-degree angle. He stands, now he delivers, and he's delivered beautifully for MacLeod. They score another goal, 7 goals, 7 will take them on to 49 points. They trail Reservoir 9-6-60.
And a Netter and Shaw. Netter over the top, forces it forward. Mangan, though, takes it for MacLeod. Just didn't have a free run, lost the ball in the end. Beaver left it behind. McGrath, an opportunity, and Netter with it. High tackle there on the 19 in Ayres. And Ayres will take a free kick in the middle of the ground for MacLeod and put them deep into attack, running in towards half-time.
He's got to kick this long.
No, he's going to give it to Mangan to kick long.
Coach's mate.
Mangan on the left boot. Long looking for Rosell. Dragged underneath the ball. Collins at the back. Mops up for Reservoir. Kicks around the corner. Just clearing it outside the defensive 50. Cruel bounce there for Deficey. Left it for Doyle. Doyle couldn't take it cleanly. Under plenty of pressure. Loses the ball. Edwards for Reservoir. Centre wing goes forward. Good defence from White. Clears the ball away from Breeding. Over the boundary line. Beside the scoreboard. And the scoreboard showing Reservoir 9.660 to MacLeod 7.749.
Throw-in will take place. It'll be Ryan. All umpire was Kane Shaw. Got a big knockout there. Only went as far as the wing where Netta came into it. He tries to tap it on. Breeding was in there to lend assistance. He got the handball out to Scotty Ryan. He goes long. McGregor on the lead. One-on-one contest. Dulmel there was Oliver. Rumours gave him support. They went back. They've got a handball back across the half-back line. It falls in the arms that time of Shepherd Muller. He got the handball out to his teammate once again, who got it further afield to Wilson, and he will take it back, and that'll be Oliver. He tries to give his teammate Wilson in plenty of sport, which he does. Wilson breaks the tackle. He goes long with a probing drop punt. Finds Russell. He went to play on, but he decides to go back and have his kick. His kick's gone in short into the pocket. Now Ayres, the two big boys. Can they do something about it? Ayres has a flying shot for goal. I tell you what, this is not a bad shot for goal. He's pulled it back, and he has scored a goal. Great goal there, kick by Ayres. And that'll take MacLeod within 5 points now. 8 goals, 7.55. They trail MacLeod Reservoir 9.660.
Back to the centre with umpire Woodhead. Well, MacLeod 17 points down a couple of minutes ago, almost half time, and they've got it back to within 5. Another goal here, they can steal the lead at the long break. McGrath gives it backwards, and now the kick up to half forward. Sitting underneath it, pretty off hands. Oh, this is going to fall into the lap of O'Brien. O'Brien runs in, 30 out, ball on the way to the far side. Won't be happy with that. Kane O'Brien misses a perfect opportunity, and it's behind to Reservoir 9.761, MacLeod 8.755. A goal in it as we approach half time.
Yes. As you say, one goal. The kick was short, found Shaw. Short, goes short once again. He's looking there for Rumours. Rumours cross half back. Got Maker over the top of him for the punch, but Rumours was strong enough to take the mark, and he's at half back, sitting at centre half back with a long kick up to towards the centre of the ground. Up high was Russell. Ball spills out the back, and then has got the ball handballed inboard. He tries to find his opponent, which was Edwards. He got one for his corner. The free kick advantage was paid. Spagula goes long to McGregor. McGregor goes bang. Thank you very much. That's number 5 for McGregor, and David McGregor has certainly slotted through 5 of the 10th goal for Reservoir. 10 goals, 7.67 to MacLeod 8.755.
Rolling.
20 seconds.
As it's with Groves. Dim Sims are on the way because it's almost half time. Ball goes down, nice bounce, and Netta and Shaw, and Netta got a hand to it, but it goes to Malikan Jr. from MacLeod. He gets it to the half-forward line. Russell doesn't hold on to this one, under plenty of pressure. Coming up with the ball, Williams squeezes the handball out. Socket forward off the ground there. Coming through was Howard. Now the sweeping handball working up towards the wing. An opportunity for MacLeod to go back into attack. Beaver couldn't control the ball. A chance for Ryan. Swung a handball out to a Netta. Netta squeezed one out on the silence. And it is half-time in the 2004 Division 2 A-grade Premier League final. And it's been an entertaining first half of football that has Reservoir 10 goals, 7.67, leading MacLeod 8 goals, 7.
They pushed 2 men into the goal square.
All right, we should be rolling. And the umpire puts it down. Third quarter underway here. Pretty got a big fist on it. Worked out wide. Lynch back on the ground. The 244s, Lynch and Spageria. Lynch works it forward towards Lumberg. Goes to ground. Doesn't hold his feet. Well, that's fallen in the arms of O'Brien. Is he off the half-back line? Breeding up to half-forward. Turns around. Low and hard. Looking for McGregor. Beautiful pass. Beautiful pass from McGregor. From Breeding to McGregor. And McGregor, 35 out, man on the mark. Not too much of an angle to speak of. We'll line up for Reservoir's 11th goal.
It's bread and butter for McGregor.
Well, we said 2 goals a quarter, Mark. He's above that average already. And he might have missed that one. Oh, no, the goal umpire comes back to the middle. Raises 2 hands. Jason Clune not happy about it. And it is the 11th goal to Reservoir. They go on to 11-7, 73. Great start in the third term. MacLeod 8-7-55.
Runs towards centre half forward. Trying to shepherd, and he shepherded beautifully was Russell. Gave it to over there to Lumberg. Lumberg had a flying shot for goal. And it's wide and it's long, but it's out of bounds.
Now it's a couple of metres around from the MacLeod goal there, kicking to the Home Crafts Pavilion end in this third term. 8:7:55. They're trailing Reservoir by 18 points. They're 11:7:73. Opening couple of minutes of the third term. Mangan in the ruck. Got a nice tap down there. Handball out from Shepherd Muir, but it went straight to Kane O'Brien. He fed it off there to Brooding. Collins. No, it's 5. Who is that? Brooding. Don't have a 5. Look like
6.
Brooding.
Was Brooding.
Was Brooding. Come out to the half-back line, but it's chopped off there by Doyle. He sends it back to half-forward, and Lynch back on the ground in this third quarter. Does go long, as Kuda said, and the goal square is open. It has bounced through. Quick response from MacLeod. They're going to need a couple of more as Lynch comes up with his third goal of the match. 9:7:61. MacLeod trailing Reservoir 11:7:73.
So you can actually say he's done his job. Down she goes in the middle once again. Uncontested there was pretty. He got it out and he had to pick it up and got a quick kick up there to the half-forward line. Running on, it'll be Noble. He plays in front of Clunes. Clunes is right on his hammer though, and he does enough to worry him out of the contest, and it'll go out of bounds, and we'll see a throw-in.
On that far side, the away rooms here at Whittlesea, just in front of the club rooms there.
I don't like standing over there because the sun gets in there.
Yeah, no, there's a big crowd on the timekeeper's side. Mangan again worked it down to the front, socket off the ground by Mangan, works it up towards half forward. Malcolm Jr. will get across there first, picks it up, tries to show Williams a clean set of heels, got a handball out to his own advantage. O'Brien certainly has moved to the half back line. I don't know if he's a loose man or not though. Brooding off half back, high up and under, into the middle of the ground. Broccoli from behind, Spaghetti in front, doesn't hold on to it, play on's a call. Oh, that was thrown out of the contest. Come to Clune, handball over the top to Beaver, leave it to Beaver, puts it down to the half forward line, too long for Shepherd Muir. And back there, the mark taken by Grindle at half-back for Reservoir.
Decides to switch the play because he's got Maker who's pushed across the ground. He decides to go long, or actually with a short pass to McGregor, but it was punched away there that time. It wasn't McGregor, it was Maker. Ball's on the ground. Now a chance this time for Taylor to run in onto it. He tries to pick it up there. He just pushes along the boundary line. Will it go out? No, it's close to the boundary line. It'll go out this time. And the umpire reckons, Toppy reckons he's got it right, and it's out of bounds, and we'll see a throw-in.
Oh,
he's giving him a hard time, this bloke.
He's had a tight call on this side, hasn't he? There have been 3 tight calls. No, I didn't say he was right or wrong on that occasion. Maker got the handball out to Edwards. Edwards is going to go across the half-back line to O'Brien. O'Brien's got plenty of time as he plays on, looks further afield, goes to half-forward. Aneta's got away from Shaw, the 2 number 2s. Aneta, high one, just going forward, looking for McGregor. McGregor got his hands to it, couldn't hold on to it. He's over the top of the ball, feeds it out. They dive in from everywhere. The ball comes clear of the pack. Doyle has it, needs to get rid of it. Fed the handball off, got support from Blake. Off the side of the boot, out towards centre wing. Well, I think the boundary line might be MacLeod's friend, but it's not going to quite get there. As first across is going to be pretty. The handball, wow, he had all the time in the world to get it to McGrath. It was a shocking handball. Then Curvis under pressure to Mangan. Mangan on centre wing. Goes down the corridor looking for Ayres. Ayres backs onto it. Lundberg, Ayres had the hand on it. They spoiled each other. Rosell fed it out to Lynch. Quick kick. And it's a goal, but it's a throw. And it'll be a free kick to Grindle at centre half back for Reservoir. And spoiled each other in the marking contest. Twice we've seen Lundberg. He pulled out of one earlier in the second quarter against Rosell. That time he's tried to outmark Ayres.
Goes long out of defence, finds Edwards. Edwards on half-back. He's got a player who's pushed up the ground, which is Brooding. He puts the ball out in front of him. He can run onto it, which he does. Brooding with his pace just gets away from Blake. Now he drops the ball. Now he picks it up once again. Goes long into the teeth of goal. Beaver with the punch and the spoil. Goes defensive. It'll go through for a minor score. So the score's reading 11 goals, 874 points are Reservoir. They lead this preliminary final over MacLeod, 9-7-61.
Now the kick out to Kane Shaw. Well, was it a mark or a free kick? He's going to pay the mark. It did take a long time to come, didn't it? And Kane Shaw has the mark at half back, being asked to get around on the line. Kane Shaw has a look forward. And there's not a lot on offer. There's no tall timber. Now Rosell comes forward. He's going to go wide. Broccoli just short defensive side centre wing. Have a look forward now. Again, we're looking for those tours across half forward. Mencken needs to push back and make himself an option across that half forward line. Ayres comes a long way forward, marks it at the top of the square for MacLeod. Now the lead. Out from full forward, Russell, is it? Or Shepherd Mueller. Shepherd Mueller has to beat a couple of them. Loose ball. Reservoir with numbers back. Get across to Breeding. Breeding couldn't pick it up, so he does the next best thing. Just sockers it clear of the defensive 50. Spaghetti picks it up on his left boot. Got a late push in the back, and the mark is taken at half forward.
Good Shepherd.
And a good Shepherd it was. Reservoir going deep into attack. McGregor getting across, so in front. Chopping it off on this occasion. Joel Blake from MacLeod in the back pocket.
Obviously, that's been the instructions. Pushing across in front of McGregor, and they've done that on the couple of occasions as Blake goes out wide. He's looking out there for the chance for Beaver to get it, but he offloaded his, which was Taylor. Ball's in the spirit at centre half forward. No one can get it. Now pile ball up. No, Taylor runs in, tries to grab it. He's tackled, lost possession. Breeding's in there, tries to pick it up there. Who's going to pick it up? No one. A chance this time was kicked out of there by Moody. Goes long, but getting back in defence there is Oliver, and he marks.
Oliver goes to the far side. Got the call from, is that Clunes? Clunes taking the mark. Little one over the top to Doyle, who's found a bit of space. Doyle's going to play on, he's going to run into trouble. Handballs it to nowhere, and in fact he's been pinged for not getting rid of the ball. The free kick will go to Moody. And Doyle, well, no communication to tell him to pull up. So Moody, kick at half forward, being very good across the half forward line for Reservoir. Just short in the pocket. Who's that? Breeding. May or may not be.
No, it's not Breeding.
Not Breeding. Yes, from outside 50, looking into the corridor, but that's all MacLeod in there. McGregor comes in late, but the mark has been awarded to Coxon for MacLeod.
Coxon, cross half back, goes short. He's looking there for, looks like Nankervis. He dropped probably what he should have taken. But he had the supports from Shaw, who lost possession. There's plenty of pressure on MacLeod as they go forward with a kick from Breeding up into the to forward line. Blake with a kick out of the pack found Doyle. He's got to get rid of it this time, which he done to Shaw. Shaw, as he's kicked it, it's been bowled over, but there's no free kick downfield as Russell runs onto the ball. A chance here. They leave it that time for their teammate, and it's kicked forward there by Lynch. And it'll go into the teeth of goal. It'll actually go through for a goal. And Lynch has kicked his fourth now. That'll be 11 goals, 8-74 to 10-7, 60.
And Groves puts it down. They need to get the next goal, MacLeod. They want Reservoir to get away from again. Broccoli, good tap forward, but the quick kick comes from the defensive side of the circle towards centre half forward for Reservoir. They all stepped around the ball, allowed to bounce. Now Breeding's an opportunity to run onto loose ball here. Gets around and with the footy lines up, there's a quick answer from Reservoir. Anything you can do, we can do better. And the goal to Reservoir is there's 12. 12 goals, 8-80 Reservoir, MacLeod at 10-7, 67.
As we're back in the centre, 79 to 67. 2-goal margin as the ball's put up in the air. It's won there by Neto. Got it down. Quick kick out of the centre by Beaver. He pushed out towards the wing position. Running on it there will be O'Brien. He got the Shepherd there from Mako. Goes back to Taylor. Now Taylor stands, delivers. He's looking for a Neto. Got the Shepherd there from Carpenter. But it looks like Blake's give away the free kick this time. And they're not very happy down at MacLeod as Carpenter goes long. In front is McGregor, punched away there from Oliver. And it'll go out of bounds and we'll see a throw-in.
And I think he said that was bull manure, the decision, but certainly Blake was wrestling with, who got the kick? Carpenter, and the wise men reckon there was a pretty good pick-up as Magnan in the ruck got it down to Heaver. Heaver kicked it straight into opponent. Mangan picked up the loose one. Handball over the top. Curver's got a cruel bounce. Anetta couldn't pick it up. Blake got it up nicely to Mangan. Mangan on the left boot. Works at the half forward now. This is going to fall into open space. Numbers are with Reservoir back there. Taylor knocked it back towards Drew. Taylor gets back in support of it himself. Picks it up. Goes out wide. Spaghetti being given a bit of space by Lynch and takes the mark on the opposite half-back line. The scoreboard side here at Whittlesea.
Spagula goes short. He's found a player and he goes long. Looks like Grindle. He goes into the half-forward line, but it's only going to be chipped up there by Melican, who goes back to where it comes from. He's looking for Ayres, but he leaves it for Lumberg. Lumberg plays on. He's on his left foot. He's looking for over the top will be Rousel. Gets punched away, and the only one there reading the ball there was Drew. Drew's got O'Brien over the top now. O'Brien can steady up. He delivers. He finds a player out in the wing, which is Maker. Maker looking to play on. He's got to get onto his left foot, which he will. He'll drive it back to the centre. 2-on-1. Moody against Coxon. Sock it off the ground there that time by White. It goes back to the half-forward line. They work hard, and that was Edwards, and Edwards will take the kick across half-back.
It's 12.5 minutes into the third term. It's 80 plays 67. Reservoir by 13 points. McGrath on centre wing. Sends it deep into attack. McGregor stands underneath it. Big leap from behind from Shaw at ground level. It's all Reservoir. Maker doesn't want to use his right boot. Looking for his left. Goes to ground. Gets a handball back to Ryan. To the top of the square. And got the hands to it. Couldn't hold on to it. Is it DeFelsi? He recovers first. Swings it around the corner. How good's the kick? Not good enough. To the near side. And a minor score. Sorry, Brian. Had to lean through there to have a look. Reservoir 12-9, 81. MacLeod 10-7, 67, 14-point lead to the two Blues as they come in short to Oliver in the back pocket.
Oliver's got to push the ball down, which he does to Melican Jr. And he marks across half-back. Still going short, MacLeod.
Keep your eye on the play,
just chipping away as he goes long this time. That's a better kick. Looking for Rousel, and he's been bustled out of the contest by Taylor. Taylor across half-back's called to play on now by the umpire. He delivers it where it back to the half-forward line. Lynch had to feed the handball out there. Ken Brockley run on it, but he runs into his teammate in Beaver, and they both miss it as Spagula picks up there. Got it back to Moody. Moody's got to stand. Now he delivers up to the forward line. One-on-one. McGregor, he's out bustled, this time by Clunes at ground level. A chance this time for Carpenter. Carpenter has slotted through his third, and Johnny Carpenter has kicked his third for the game, and more importantly, he's kicked the 13th for Reservoir. 13 goals, 987. 20-point leaders over MacLeod. 10-7, 67.
It's a pretty handy lead to Reservoir. Down it goes. Brockley and Anetta. Anetta up high. Come down to Beaver. Beaver's high up and under. Went sidewards. Lynch, has it travelled the distance? Yes, he takes the mark on centre wing. Maybe MacLeod's best. Lynch puts it in towards centre half forward. Yes, nudged under it by Drew, and Drew claims the mark. Gets it going quickly out wide to Maker. He's still at the half-back line. Maker has a look forward. They come up towards centre wing. Leading the charge is Pretty, and a good sliding mark by Pretty. Just on the defensive side of centre wing. Handball off to Anetta. Anetta's kick not as good. Goes forward. Tommy Melican Jr. traps it. Gets a good shepherd from Nankervis. Melican goes back towards centre half forward. Lumberg up high. Couldn't hold on to it. Collins at the back. Mops up. Wobbly old torpedo back to centre wing, and well, Shaw could have almost given a kick away, but Nankervis has taken the mark centre wing.
Nankervis got to play short, and it'll be Doyle, but it's got a little bit too much on it this time. Coming through there's DeFleece, left it for Williams. Now Williams fed the handball back, didn't hit the target. Now a chance. They throw the ball back there towards Mangan. He's got to go on his right foot, which is a bit awkward to do. Now they lose possession, MacLeod. The handball ended up in Anetta's hands. Anetta goes across the centre because he's got Moody, who's miles in front of Coxon, and he's marked in the centre of the ground.
Moody it is. Goes down looking for McGregor in front. Blake brings the ball to ground. McGregor and Blake charge after it. Nice use of the McGregor. Grabbed the ball. Nice turn. Inboard with the kick. Ryan stands underneath it and is pinged for shepherding the ball. Well, interesting one. There's certainly Ryan didn't know where the footy was. And the kick will go to Clunes. He brings it out to the half-back line to Nankervis. And really, they're giving him pats on the back, but that's because that's their grand final umpire. They're trying to get over the line. As they come out wide now to Brockley. He's over centre wing, works his way to the front and takes the mark in front of Maker.
Had the height advantage then, and he fed the handball off to a player running past, which was White, who brought it into the half-forward line. Looking there for Lumberg. Working it well at ground level was Collins. And Collins, you've been pinged. You can't sit over the ball and not knock it out. And the free kick's going to go back to Lumberg. Lumberg, half-forward line, and boy, do they need a goal to get back in this game at MacLeod, because they can see it just slipping away from them.
I'll tell you how good these umpires observers are, mate. They've noticed that one of the MacLeod players has got the white and yellow panels back to front to everyone else. Had you picked that up?
The what?
White and yellow panels on the front of the MacLeod jumpers back to front. Lumberg, has he got the length? Right to the top of the square. Big leap, Rossell couldn't hold on at Lynch at ground level. Couldn't gather the ball. And through from minor score to MacLeod. 10-8, 68 MacLeod. Reservoir 13-9, 87. A 19-point lead to the two Blues. We have ticked over 17 minutes of the third term.
Free kick against MacLeod. The runner was in the 50-metre run.
Well, they got two runners.
So things just not going right.
Out to the back of the square they come. And that's money for Jam, that is.
It's a 50-metre kick.
Out to the far side from Grindle. Finds Williams. Williams goes forward to Feasy a little bit too long. He's first back onto it though. Tried to get away from Broccoli. Broccoli got an arm on him. Ryan used his body well to allow the ball to go through for Reservoir. To the top of the square they go. Flying kick offline and through for a minor score. 13-10, 88. Reservoir. MacLeod. 10-8, 68. 20-point lead and 18 minutes third term.
They go out wide with the short kick out to Oliver, and Oliver's marked in the back pocket. Goes short again, and that's going to have a little bit too much on it, and it'll be out of bounds on the full, and the kick will be taken by Maker.
Didn't put the boundary umpire under any pressure there.
So he's just going to kick from just outside 50. He'll set this up for McGregor. He'll be looking for. Goes long, right on the teeth of goal. McGregor will have to compete against 3 or 4, but he does the roving well. And I'll tell you what, he slotted to another one.
He has.
He has. McGregor's done well when the ball's hit the ground. He's picked it up and had a snapshot, and he's put through the 14th goal. 14-10, 94. They lead by 26 points. Reservoir, MacLeod, 10-8, 68.
And the attention with umpire Woodhead, who has the football. And he puts it down to restart play. Well, that's just going to favour Aaron Broccoli, that one. He's over the top of it, dragged it back in a little bit too. He's going to get away with that MacLeod on this occasion. Ground level, Mangan fed it up to Doyle. His kick was smothered. Anetta runs through the pack, got a handball away, but only stolen by Malikan Jr. for MacLeod. Sends it straight down towards centre half forward. Bouncing ball, Ayres got rid of his opponent. Loose ball, oh, they've worked well back there in defence. Taro out wide to Grindle. Grindle at the half-back line, wants to play on with a footy. Takes a bounce, get the call on from O'Brien. Little one over the top to where Maker is. Maker's dead smack, centre wing with a footy for Reservoir.
Decides to go long, as he does with a drop pump, but it's low. It's going to favour, it looks like, Shaw, and Shaw's marked across half-back. Haven't seen Porter. He must have got injured. Did he, Porter?
Well, he's been taken to the bench just before half-time when they started playing around with their rucks. As
Shaw's gone short to Rumours on the wing. Decides to go towards centre forward on the long lead is Lynch. Lynch's marks. He plays on now. This is going to dribble, but it only falls the arms of Collins, who gets back for Reservoir. Oh. And the kick's going to go out of bounds and on the full. And that was a shocking kick.
Off the side of the boot. I don't know if it's on the full, but it's in that forward pocket region, 10, 15 metres around.
Must have been touched, was it?
Whilst Porter was doing all right in the ruck mark, he wasn't having much influence around the ground. So I think that's why they've gone for the options now with Broccoli and Shaw. Thrown in 15 metres around and loose ball there out towards Beaver, missed it. There's a chance for Doyle. He's right back out to the 50-metre line, lost the ball. O'Brien applies the pressure. Reservoir keep fighting well at ground level. Squeezed it out. Broccoli comes through, picked it up, thought about a handball, then saw the open goal, got boot to ball, flying shot on goal and offline for a minor score. That is a behind at 2 MacLeod. They are 10-9, 69, trailing Reservoir, who are 14-10, 94, and we're a minute into time on third term.
Okay, Drew hasn't had a bad day at kicking out. He's found the target a few times. He's looking out there for Taylor. Shaw went up. It could have been in the back for Shawley. As it's right over the top there. Pretty picks up, goes towards it half forward, but getting back in defence there is Blake, and he marks across half back. That would have been a free kick, wouldn't it?
Well, I don't know. Have a look to your right. Joel Blake puts it out wide to Broccoli. Broccoli, he had to work hard, the big man, to bend over for that. Well, no comment usually means they've got it wrong. And Broccoli dives over. Brilliant work, ground level. Who is that for Reservoir? Squeeze the ball up towards Carpenter. It was Anetta. Squeeze it up towards Carpenter. Blake there, gets in the road, knocks it back to Lynch. Tackled, goes to ground, under pressure. Leg, the umpire says. And Lynch will take the relieving kick for MacLeod at the half-back line. Has a look forward. 94 plays 68. Reservoir in command as we come up to three-quarter time. Long kick towards centre wing. That is Porter back on the ground. That one's actually taken by Broccoli. I thought I did see Porter back on. Broccoli puts it in towards Ayres, got the outstretched arm still, couldn't hold on to it. Taylor there, mops up for Reservoir, fed it off to Maker. Maker onto his left boot, puts it out wide. Numbers out there, Reservoir. Tafisi takes the mark. He's at half forward, has a look. Into the corridor they go.
Pretty.
That's the team plan. Pretty and McGregor come across. Carpenter brings the ball to ground. McGregor in there again. Ball comes free. Pretty over the top of it. Picks it up. Couldn't get a clean handball away. Clearing, grubbering kick from MacLeod. Heading out towards the boundary line on the wing side. Leading the race for the ball. Wilson goes backwards with a handball. Had no other option. Got Coxon there in support. Coxon with a kick forward. Ayres has got to beat a couple of them. Going to ground. Taylor did it well. Trapped it nicely. Hip and shoulder from Reimers on Collins was strong. And off the ball behind the play.
It's against Taylor.
It's against Taylor. And we'll go to Sean Ayres. So between wing and half forward, something off the ball there that the umpire saw has given Sean Ayres a free kick.
Going long his Ayres, he goes thumping, kick down, looking for Lundberg. Caught behind that time as the ball spills at ground level. Sock off the ground there by Williams. Who's going to run onto it? It's going to be Spagula. He picks it up. He's got the time now on his left foot. Goes long up to the wing, to the netted direction. He's got the time to pick it up there. Got to go onto his left foot. He sends it back towards the half forward line. Up over the top of Umudi. Blake stands his ground. Now the handball came out. This time it's got a chance for, is it Beaver runner?
Coxon.
No, it's Coxon. Coxon runs from the half back line through the middle. Long kick to the half forward line. Lundberg had his hands on it, couldn't control it. He's having trouble holding their marks today, Lundberg, as they pick the ball up and drive it out to the wing, out to the half back line, which Spagula picks up. He goes short, looking for a teammate. Looks like the Fleecy is a chance this time for Broccoli to get it back to Reimers. Reimers goes back to Porter. Porter goes to Beaver. Beaver stands, delivers up to the centre half forward position. In front is Lundberg. Had Grindle right on his hammer. Ball spills out the back. Chance this time. Working hard under the pack there was Collins, who got an up and under kick. This will be not paid. Getting under it is Grindle. No one can get a clean possession. It's pretty scrappy at this stage. And we'll have a ball up at centre half forward. And we see the score reading. MacLeod 10-8-68 to Reservoir 14-9-93.
10-94.
10-4.
10-4, big buddy. It's 14-10-94 scoreboard. A point behind. Why aren't they tuned in to 88.6 Plenty Valley FM, where you can keep up to date with the scores of the 2004 Diamond Valley Final Series. And we've got a blood rule, have we?
Yep.
Taylor off under the blood rule.
Collins, is it?
Thrown up at centre half forward for MacLeod. Pretty got a hand on it for the Reservoir, the big ruckman. Come down to Heather. Couldn't get clean possession. Mangan on the left boot. Smothered off the boot. Dribbles up towards Lynch. Lynch, is he taken high by O'Brien? Oh, play on's a call. Flips out the back to Williams. Williams takes the ball. Lynch stays on the ground. Throws it out towards the boundary line on the scoreboard side, where it's out of bounds and will be thrown in. And if you're watching it on the replay somewhere, you'll see the scoreboard a point behind for Reservoir because they're 14-10, not 14-9, to MacLeod's 10-8. Oh, 10-9, 69 MacLeod. Oh, it's right out the scoreboard, Mark. How are we supposed to work under these conditions?
Yeah, right there.
Right there to your left. There's a kick from Edwards. Lazy one up over the wing, coming out to meet that Carpenter and Shaw off hands into the coaching staff of Reservoir. On the far side there, just forward of centre wing into attack Reservoir, kicking to the club room end here at Whittlesea.
Throw will take place. It's punched there that time. Looked like Shepherd Miller doing the ruck work there. Ball goes to ground. Chance Tommy Melican Jr. picks it up there. Goes in towards the centre. Spagula probably dropped what he should have taken in. Now chance for Pretty. Pretty just goes bang up to centre forward. Chance for, what was it? It was Noble, but working well there was Porter. Porter goes back to where it comes from in the half forward line, one-on-one. It's going to be Drew versus Ayres. Drew wins on this occasion, but he runs into a sea of MacLeod players, but giving him the support there was Maker. Maker goes long up to the Carpenter, but dropping back across half back there was Blake, and Blake will take another mark. 26 and a half into the third term. Blake at half back for MacLeod. Asked to play on now as he runs across that half-back line. Going towards centre forward, Lynch up high. Only got one hand to it. At the back, Spagiri takes the ball, gives it to Ryan. Ryan another handball wide for Howard. Howard lost the ball. Plenty of time to recover it. Siren come along, though, and said that it was three-quarter time. A short quarter, 27 minutes. And the three-quarter time score, Reservoir 14-10-94, leading MacLeod 10 goals. Start this last term. And any changes? They've got Porter sitting across the half back line. Broccoli's gone back to centre half forward. He's on Taylor. Where's Ayresy?
Why do you have
Ayresy's on half forward.
Why do MacLeod have a loose man across half-back? They've got to win the game. Can't save it. Doesn't matter. They've got to get a scoring. Got to get the scoring.
Who have they thrown in the ruck?
Now they've moved.
Got Mangan in the ruck. No, that's still Shaw.
All yours, buddy.
Okay, the last term preliminary final winner to play Layla next Sunday here at 2 p.m. Down she goes in the middle. It's going to be Shaw. Big thump out there. Went out to the wing position. It's going to run onto this Beaver. Could have been paid in the back, not paid. As the ball socket off there by Doyle to go out of bounds. Right over near the happy coaches box of the Reservoir side. A big Johnny Byrne over there rubbing his hands together because he could taste another grand final berth for his beloved Reservoir.
Ball thrown in, slightly forward to centre wing, Shaw up high, got it down to Doyle. Doyle dragged off the kick, found Rossell, though, who's in the centre of the ground. He just bombs it quick and long to the goal square. Lynch pushed his opponent under the ball, takes a loose ball, drills it through. Lynch to full forward is a move that could be interesting, and that is a goal to MacLeod. 11 goals, 9 to 75 MacLeod, trailing Reservoir, 14-10, 94.
Pyer bends down, touches his socks, down she goes. Have we got a ball game on our hands? And it's won there by Pretty, but it's kicked along the ground there by Lumberg. Ball spills out now, chance for Maker to do the shepherding, and it spills out the back once again, and falling over the top of the ball was number 43 in White, and we have a bit of a stalemate across half forward, and we'll see a ball up take place.
They get the next goal, MacLeod, they'll get some momentum. Reservoir, if Reservoir can get it, they'll just put a hole in there, put a little dent on the MacLeod plans. Breeding at half forward, squeezes a kick out, in front. Carpenter, that kick has travelled 15 and a bit metres. And Carpenter, well, he kicked it on the line, and look where the man on the mark is. Carpenter.
Good judge.
Will line up. He's only saying at 16 metres, you can see the number 16 on Carpenter's back. Not too much of an angle to speak of. We'll kick from around 45, ball on the way, it's just to the near side. Has it got the carry through the line? It has. And a minor score. 14-11, Reservoir, MacLeod 11-9. What can't the commentators do? Oh, yes, well, that's a Rex Hunt problem to me, boys.
White goes out, he finds Oliver, and he's marked across half back. He's got a player that's pushed up the ground, which is Mangan. That's got to be a free kick. Thank you very much.
You reckon they've got that one right for
finally got. Obviously, the boys had a word to him at 3/4 time, and it's going to be Mangan to take the kick. Centre wing, out of sight of the ground. Lovely drop punch. He kicks the ball nice. Goes up there. He's looking for Rossell. Ball's punched on there by Broccoli. Reading there was Maker. Sock off the ground by Rossell. Has to go and do the heavy work. Ball spills out. Coxon runs onto it. Can he get it out? He's tackled. Ball's locked up in the tackle. Not going anywhere. And we'll see a ball up. They need a goal here, MacLeod, because they trail by 20 points in this last quarter preliminary final.
40 metres out from the MacLeod goal. Ball thrown up. They're kicking to the clubroom end here. Oh, Broccoli, a nice knock forward to Coxon. Didn't attack it hard enough. Maker comes through, picks it up, squeezes it outside the defensive 50. Doyle will be first there. He's got Spaghetti hot on his heels. And Spaghetti, well, he worried him out of it. Then he went back and got the footy himself. Gave it to Breeding. It was brilliant work from Spaghetti in the end. Breeding gets it down towards half forward. They sit underneath it. Blake judged it better than everyone. Took the mark and then quickly moved it to Kane Shaw in the middle of the ground. Shaw takes the mark, goes back, he's around the centre half back region and has a look forward. He's just slowed it up into the middle of the ground. Lumberg's in space, can turn around and play on if he likes. Now he gets the ball out in the middle of the ground. It's a short one. It went to centre half forward. It was a terrible kick, went straight to Edwards from Reservoir. He's over the top of it, needs to feed it out. Took a long time. They dive in over the top of it now. A chance for Rossell to knock it down. Oh dear. It wouldn't matter who it was. He had the opportunity. Come out. McGrath picks it up. McGrath off centre half back. Feeds it out to centre wing. Go on, take the call.
As it goes back to centre wing as Toppy reposes himself as it's pushed down there. Kane O'Brien's back in the van. He's back on the forward line. He's got to spin around and give it back to Spagula as Toppy's in an argument with the umpires here. As Spagula's got it underneath the scoreboard. They're 20 points down, MacLeod. Reservoir have got the ascendancy here. They go long up there to McGregor. The ball travels over the top and getting back there for defence is Clunes. He got worried out of it there by Breeding, who's on the bottom of the pack, and we'll see a ball up right over there near the supporters, Toppy, and maybe you might have to go over with him.
Hey? You are joking. Would have been the same decision regardless of who was over it.
Telling your voice.
They needed to knock it out. All right, Scotty Ryan does really well to get that outside the 50. Who's his teammate over there? Oh, he dives in over the top of it. Now it comes out to O'Brien. Clever underground handball. Couldn't keep a teammate on the end of it, though. Picked up MacLeod back into the middle of the ground. Broccoli caught out behind. Just nudges Williams underneath it. Broccoli traps the ball. Brings it back out towards Doyle. Is it? No, Malcolm Jr. Had to handball it to no one in particular. Heaver come in. Left it behind. Moody. Oh, might have been a little bit of a throw. Got it out. It's Spaghetti. Goes with the left foot forward. Blake sits underneath it again and judges another good mark across half-back.
Goes across the ground. He's got White, who's pushed out of the back pocket. It goes long to Clunes. Clunes will mark. He'll get the support of Wilson. Goes over the top there. Running onto it this time will be Coxon. Coxon got to go long. He goes down to Wilson, who's drifted down from the wing. He's on half forward. It's still a fair way out from goal. Now the pass. Where's it going to be? Russell's leading. They go into the pocket. Drifting down there's White. Looks like White. White goes into the deep in the pocket. Getting to the ball there that time was a Reservoir, and they worked it out of defence through Grindle. But here's Lynch, the opportunist. He got around the opponent, and snapshot for goal is going to only be a minor score as the tap on the chest comes. 19-point ball game here in the last term. 11-10 to 14-11. 95 to 76 as we see Drew to take the kick out.
6.5 minutes into the final turn.
Can you get him home, Toppy?
No,
Come on.
Don't have to get anyone home, mate. Drew, it's been brought to my attention. I'll just settle down. I still think I'm innocent. Ryan takes the mark outside the defensive 50. Hasn't had a lot of influence on the day, Scotty Ryan. Has the ball. Hugs the boundary line. Long kick up towards centre wing. Noble underneath it. Clune coming over the top. Blake at the back to mop up from MacLeod. Or Blake's on the end of it now. Squeezes the handball forward. Another one sideways to no one in particular. Edwards turns around his own shadow. Got it forward to Carpenter. Carpenter at the 50 has a look at the goals. Unloads. McGregor in space. Carpenter's kick offline. In fact, out of bounds on the full, is it?
Gee.
Oliver to take the free kick in the back pocket. Oliver has a little look around. And in short will be Doyle, and Doyle has to stop and wait for it, but he wraps it up safely.
Doyle just swaying up his options. Got to start moving around MacLeod as he's got a player that's found a bit of space, and it's Clunes. He'll run off. No, he'll decide to go back. Now he stands, delivers. He's got a player in the centre of the ground, looks like Shaw. He's got Wilson drifting up on the wing. Decides to go out to the outer side of the ground, and he's looking out there for Tommy Melican Jr. He doesn't let him down. He's marked centre wing as Scott takes the mark. Now where'll he go?
Well, he's got to go long and direct, doesn't he?
Which he does. Long and direct is the order, and over the back is Lundberg. Takes the mark, plays on, takes him on. He lines a big six up, and he's going to drift across the face, and it's still in play as it looks like Grindle is it. Grindle goes over the top that time, and they're out of defence. They one bounce, two bounce, and this will be DeFleece. Three bounces. He's taken on there, and down she goes after he got rid of the ball, but it's going to be an ineffective kick because it only finds Blake. Blake's done pretty well after half time, I reckon, across half back.
Yeah, he's been very good off the half back line, Blake. As he gets that one, a wobbly old kick forward. As a shocker, went straight back to the man that gave it to him in DeFeece. DeFeece goes across the other half forward line. Shepherd Mueller, well, he tried to be a little fancy with that one. Ryan with the run of the ball. Shepherd Mueller sockers it off the ground out towards the scoreboard. Foot race for the ball. Mueller trying to knock it further afield. Now he's got Melican Jr. in support. Shepherd Mueller picks up, squeezed the handball out. Melican Jr. loses it, regathers. Feeds the handball over the top to Kane Shaw. Kane Shaw centre wing far side. Long booming kick into the forward line. Broccoli underneath it. Big leap from behind. Grindle was a terrific mark. Was that exciting enough for Reservoir, mate?
That was, mate. Good.
Out wide he goes. Who's he got? McGrath. 76 to 95, a 19-point lead to Reservoir.
As he goes long, McGrath looking up there for Pretty over the back of the pack. It's called play on because it come off about 40 pairs of hands. The handball came inboard to set half back, and working his way out there was Clunes. He went out there to White. White has to just slow up the speed because he's got nowhere to kick it, so he goes out to the safety of the boundary line, and it'll go out of bounds centre wing as time's ticking away for the MacLeod side. 95 to 76, 14-11 to 11-10.
9.5 minutes, the final term. Shaw up again, high. Got it down there to Mangan. Mangan squeezed the handball out. And now the kick comes from Lundberg on centre wing up towards half forward. Ayres caught out 3 deep. Ball being brought down the ground. A little bit of volleyball going on here. Rossell knocks it forward. Heaver knocks it forward for MacLeod. Standing in the road. Look like Drew or Howard though. They go to ground. They dive in over the top. Reservoir keen to bottle it up. It is Drew. And it'll be thrown up on the 50-metre line at half forward for MacLeod.
Throw up will take place right on the 50 metre. Doing the ruck work there was Broccoli. They got punched further afield there by Tommy Mullican Jr. Now Reservoir through their attack got a quick kick out of there. That time couldn't see the player that kicked it out there, but it'll only go out as far as the wing position where Netta is fighting with the ball and getting up off the ground.
Yeah, grabbed by the leg. Shepherd Mueller or Shaw, one of those. They'll take a free kick.
They're away. Quick kick up the ground there, finds White.
He's had a reasonable game.
He has, played all right. Goes long. Broccoli, where are you? Pretty got his hands with it. It's going to be a free kick to Broccoli. This could be something. They're building something here at MacLeod. And they need a goal. So Broccoli, give him any chance, I reckon he's got to kick this.
Well, he certainly can. He's got the length. He'll kick from around 50 metres. Not too much of an angle. On the far side, the half-forward line. To the clubroom end here. Ball on the way. It has got the length. It has got the accuracy. It is a much-needed goal that MacLeod needed. And they are 12-10, 82. 13 points in arrears of Reservoir, 14-11, 95.
Lynch and Broccoli.
And you need a number 4 to get a goal on this last quarter. Lynch has got 2 4s and Broccoli the other 4. In the middle, and that is going to favour Kane Shaw. Brilliant tap back to Lundberg. Had to work under some traffic though. Still a loose ball in that centre. MacLeod just trying to knock it forward. In there is Brooding. Goes to ground with the footy. And no opportunity there. Umpire Groves will come in and throw it up to get play back underway. Running out of time. 12.5 minutes into the final term.
Plenty of time.
And 13 minutes. And what do we got here? A blood rule. Sorry, you've got a scratch on you, McGrath. You'll need to go from the ground. Under the blood rule, what's he doing? He's not going off the ground. Well, he didn't signal a blood rule, but he spoke to McGrath. He looked at the bench. He started walking that way, and well, maybe it was red text to mark or something. Who knows? Ball hasn't gone anywhere from the throw up, and we'll have another one. Well, what did you think it looked like when he spoke to him, looked at his leg, and he went towards the bench?
Throw up will take place. Shaw pushes it forward as it's punched forward at field by Broccoli. Only finds Drew. Drew's been solid in defence as he goes out wide. Only going to find Lundberg. And Lundberg stepped up in this quarter.
Needs to use the ball a little bit better.
Yes, you're right on. Goes long with a drop punt. Where's Broccoli? He's going to come from the back. He got his hands on it. And he's taken another one.
I don't think in 5 years we've had the 2 wise men take the mickey out of the commentary. It's always been the other way around. But hey, you blokes, you're in high spirits. That's good. No problem. The wise men. Who are the wise men, they say? As Broccoli lines up the goals, he steered through another one. Oh, here come the MacLeod train. 13-10, 88 MacLeod, 14-11, 95 Reservoir. Well, take it away, buddy. Can you find the next goal for him?
Can we find the next goal? Down she goes in the middle with a good bounce straight up. It's Shaw versus... They've put Taylor into the ruck as the ball is won out there by Collins. He goes to the half-forward line. Here's O'Brien, the coach of the Reservoir side. Can he do something special as he will run the ball out of bounds? And we'll see a throw-in take place over there where the banner supporters from MacLeod are urging their players on because they're in striking distance. They're only 7 points down in this last term as the winner will go into the grand final next week.
And that will be against the Laylaw Club. Now here's a loose ball opportunity here to find a goal back. Oh, he likes it straight off the boot. Is it Breeding?
DeFleece, is it?
Or DeFeece, is it?
Yeah,
Roved it brilliantly off the ruck contest. So there's a little steadier as a Reservoir move on to 15-11, 101. Hit the triple figures. MacLeod 13-10, 88. To the centre, Shaw to do the ruck work against Taylor, as you said, just moved into the ruck, took the last ruck contest. Taylor straight into Shaw again, got the hand onto it, worked it forward. At ground level, Edwards does it hard, fed it out, or Breeding might have had it spent before he got it. Second chance for Breeding, lost it. Now, someone from MacLeod needs to throw their body on the line here. Coming through, Remus forces up towards centre wing. Lundberg dives on the ball, but Noble just got a foot onto it, forced it out towards the wing. Oh, O'Brien coming from behind and give Remus a little bit of a nudge, took him out of the contest to allow Noble to take the ball. He works up to half forward. Joel Blake, pretty steady across half back, has taken the mark.
Goes out wide. He's got a play that's drifted down. It looks like Shaw, is it?
Yeah, I think so.
Shaw goes back to the centre of the ground where he's got White. That's a good kick. Back to the centre of the ground. The mix is over the top now to Shepherd, to Nankervis. Nankervis up and under kick to Russell. Russell under the ball. Couldn't get his hands to it. Oh, he got his hands to it, but he couldn't control it. Coming through there's Drew. He's tackled. Not paid.
Good tackle. No opportunity. Drag to the ground, Drew, on up in the middle of the ground.
I'd like to see a good free kick paid there.
What for?
Oh, just because of the tackle, make the game exciting.
Oh, sure up high, but it come down to Tafisi. Kicks it around the corner quickly into centre forward. McGregor comes out to me, taken high. No, the umpire. Costa pretty sweeping handball out wide there to Howard. Howard tried a little fancy step, then handballed it straight into Remus. Howard recovered. Well, he's got the hands up as soon as he kicked it. He's fallen to the ground in the forward pocket. Reservoir found a goal. Terrific kick from Howard. 16-11, 107 is Reservoir, and MacLeod, they are stuck at 13-10, 88.
Yeah, two timely goals there by Reservoir have put them back in command of this game as the ball's put in the centre. This time it's Broccoli gone on the ruck. He got the knockout, but only went straight to Anetta, who took it and left without it. Now that's still in attacking side of the centre circle for MacLeod, still in the square as we see a ball up and plenty of players still around the ball. How much time we got?
Well, we must have about 10 minutes left. It's the 18-minute mark.
Time.
Been 5 or 6 goals in this quarter, and Broccoli and Taylor left it behind. Ground level, or Shaw stepped himself into trouble, handballs to himself, has to recover it himself, then throws it at Melican Jr. and doesn't like the decision, but certainly a little throw up there to Melican Jr. gives a free kick to McGrath. In volleyball terms, it was a carry. Up towards half forward line, Clune's got a fist on it, works it down to the ground, it's half back. Is it Blake in plenty of trouble, ducks and weaves, handball to Oliver, wasn't expecting it. Out of bounds at half forward for Reservoir. The MacLeod bench look on nervously. Reservoir 16-11, 107, MacLeod 13-10, 88, almost the 19-minute mark.
Thrown in this time, doing the ruck work there was Broccoli, got it down, Mako run on it, no, it falls in the arms of Taylor, who has to screw it around the corner. He's looking up there for Brady, but getting back in defence is White, and he marks in the back pocket. Goes across the ground, he's got a player that's pushed across there, looks like Oliver. He'll play on and run across the other back pocket and send it back towards the centre forward position. In front was Collins, he punched it to ground. Now working hard there was Blake, caught one a little bit too high, and it'll be paid by the umpire, and he'll be sitting across half back.
Blake on his left boot goes wide. Is it Clunes that's drifted up there? Clunes into the middle, looking for Nankervis. Oh, it's a little short. Pretty got a hand onto it, couldn't hold it. Russell come through and lost it. It's on that centre wing far side. Squeezed out to Collins. Kicks it around the corner for Reservoir. Goes forward. Clune underneath it. Couldn't control it. O'Brien picks up the loose ball. He's 60 metres out from the goal line. Sweeping handball over the top looking for Noble. Put him under plenty of pressure. Threw the ball out. Noble. Good call. And it'll be a free kick to MacLeod at the half back line. To Clunes. Clunes. There's a bit of a look forward. Not a lot on offer, is there? Broccoli's got to be the go-to man in the middle of the park. But it's a low, hard one up along the boundary line. In fact, it's over the boundary line at a bounds in front of the scoreboard, which has Reservoir at 16-11, 107 to MacLeod's 13-10, 88. And we're into time on, Mark. What have they got? 17, 20, 17, 19-point lead.
3 goals they need. 4 goals to win the game as Broccoli in front got it down. Rove there by Collins. No, it was Collins that was tackled by Melican Jr. It was quick kick there for by Pretty. Goes up in the forward pocket. McGregor. He's give away infringe this time, and it'll go back there to, looks like Oliver, is it? No, it's Clunes. Clunes it's got a player that's drifted up there. Looks like Lundberg, who plays on up the middle of the ground, which that's where they go. looking for Shaw. One, couldn't get the second bite. It's punched to ground. Ball's at ground level now. Who's going to run onto it this time? Mangan. Probably died out of the game after half time as the ball's on the ground. No one can get it out there. Down Reservoir with a one-arm give over to Moody. Chance this time. This was Sells on the bottom of the pack, and we'll see a ball up here. It's sent up forward. No, he's paid out a free kick. It's going to go to Rizal. Jeez, where did he pick that from?
Well, dare I say, about 5 or 6 weeks ago, Reservoir stole a match off MacLeod. Can MacLeod lift and steal it off Reservoir? Yes. Has he got enough of it? Yes. Well, some of the crowd will question it, and
that was there, control of it.
Yes, 25 metres out, 45-degree angle, if that. We'll go back and line up for MacLeod. Well, they've got the time if they can get it down there quick enough, and they've got the tall marking forwards. As Ayres lines up, one of the leading goal kickers of the competition. Probably second, Aaron James. Oh, that is a shocking kick off the boot. All he's really done there is leaving it up to a 3-goal game. 13-11, 89 MacLeod. 16-11, 107 Reservoir. 22 minutes final term.
Pressure in that kick, wasn't there? A lot of pressure, and then Tony doesn't usually miss them as they go out of defence through DeFleece. He goes out to the, looking out there that time. Where's Spagula? Can he run onto it? No, it's Russell. Russell pushes in front. Chance this time for McGrath. No, it's picked up there by Mangan. Got over to his teammate, which was Doyle. He pushes it forward. Punch the ground. Who's going to run onto it? Through, looks like a net, or is it on the ground there? No. Trying to pick it up. It's not Carpenter, it was Edwards.
Edwards, and it's Galletti that socketed. He's socketed out of bounds on the full. There's the kick to centre half forward from the free kick, and Nankervis has marked it 48 metres out directly in front. And, well, I don't know about that. He'll go in just short. The lead from Ayres. No, it's too short for Ayres. Russell handball to Lumber. He's got to kick it around the corner. They need to find a goal here. MacLeod, is there any chance to storm home? Offline and through for a minor score. I guess 3 straight goals, if they can do that, we'll give them the lead. But at the moment, they're 17 points down, 13-12, 90, trailing Reservoir, 16-11, 107.
Time ticking away as it's kicked out there by Drew. Looking out there for Taylor. Moody will run onto it. He's tackled. Good tackle by Mangan. Not awarded. It's picked up there by McGrath. He goes back to Williams. Williams goes across the ground. He's looking out there for O'Brien. O'Brien punts it down there to Ryan. Ryan goes into the deep in the pocket for running on. It'll be Breeding. He runs. Got around his opponent. Lines the big sticks up. Has he finished off the good work up back? No. Minor score. So, 16 goals, 12, 108. 3-goal leaders are Reservoir, 13, 12, 90.
The kick in comes out looking for Nankervis at the half-back line. Good pass. But when Nankervis turns around, he hasn't got a lot on offer up the ground. So he just holds on to it a little bit. Now, off the side of the boot, while the pressure's mounting, that's almost out on the full. Just kept in the field of play. Coming forward, loose ball, Nankervis storms through, takes it on the run, gets it up towards half forward. There's a little nudge, got the mark, plays on from 50 out. Puts it long and to the goal line. Lynch takes the mark, goes into an open goal. The mark's been paid. He's just checking with the umpire and has steered it through. He would have been better off getting it straight through and making sure the clock stopped. It is a goal to MacLeod. 14-12, 96 to Reservoir, 16-12, 108.
Come on, is there time to get him over the line? Let's pick him up.
At the 25-minute mark, back to the centre. 25-minute mark now, and Broccoli got a round arm on it, worked it forward. Oh, Heaver takes it out of the pack, centre forward. Rossell at the top of the square, going to pay it. There's another one of those 16-metre kicks, gives it off the shore, short of Lynch. Lynch has got the sit. No, he can't get a hand to it. Plenty of defenders back there. Oh, Lynch has got a high one from Ryan. And just a high one from Ryan. Lynch will line up, time on stopped. So if he can find a goal here, Mark, we're going to get it down to 6 points. And I know one bloke will be rubbing his hands together.
Who?
If we can get it to a 6-point game and another goal. Who do you think would be rubbing his hands? You've got that one worked out?
Peter Floyd.
Well, I wasn't going to say his name. 20 metres out, not too much of an angle. Can Lynch find a goal here for MacLeod? He'll bring it back to 6 points. He's done it. Wow, 15-12. They haven't given up. 15-12, 102. The scoreboard's wrong again. to Reservoir's 16-12, 108, 6-point game. The scoreboard's got a 3-point game.
Oh dear.
Back in the centre. Mangan's got the run of it. Oh, didn't need a naughty bounce. Taylor, high tackle, take the free kick in the centre. And we'll look to take the ball forward. Straight down the corridor it goes. From behind McGregor, coming over the top. Oliver crushes the pack into the ground. Loose ball. Dangerous handball across half back. Clunes needs to control it. Didn't want to give up the point. Now he's on the full back line. Handball over the top to Oliver. Don't panic is the call. Clearing kick out to the half back line. Now Curver sits underneath it.
He's done all right.
How are we going to find an auto-direct player of the day today? Out towards Coxon, should get the free kick. Oh, no umpire wanted to give it to him. Edwards has the ball on centre wing, slips at the critical moment. Back to Maker, you know he'll look for his left boot. Shaw didn't want to put his body over the ball, and Maker's kick has found McGregor at the 51-metre mark. 5 what, minutes?
5 times that.
5 times that.
25.
As McGregor, well, there's the siren, so it doesn't matter. It's a 1-goal win to Reservoir. McGregor's going to line up. The MacLeod players fall to ground. McGregor kicks from 51 in his salt into the wound with a goal on the siren. And that is the game just seemed to come to a dull end, really. The scoreboard. Reservoir will run out, or have run out winners, 17-12, 114 to MacLeod's 15-12, 102. McGregor kicking his 9th goal after the siren, and Reservoir will go on to play Laylaw in next week's grand final here at the Whittlesea Showgrounds. Goal kickers for Reservoir, I've got 9 for McGregor.
9.
And 3 for Carpenter, 2 for Defisi, 1 for Howard, Pretty, O'Brien and Breeding. And for MacLeod, 7 to Lynch, 4 to Broccoli, 2 to Ayres, 1 each to Lumberg and Blake. So an entertaining match, one that MacLeod got the early jump on Reservoir in that opening term. Reservoir worked their way back into the game at quarter time, took the lead at half time, and probably were the better team on the day, Mark. And they almost had the game stolen from them, as MacLeod had the game stolen from them by Reservoir a few weeks ago.